Well, hello there, and welcome to an evening in 10 forward. The number in, well, I think it's installment number 83. 83 already. I can't believe it. It's been nearly, we're getting ever so close to 100 episodes, 100 installments of this show. And tonight I have with me a brand new face to 10 forward. It's Critic. How are you, my friend?
I am absolutely fine. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me on.
Yep, fresh off the back of being in the open bar, which I have to say is really really impressive. That must have been like a mini dream come true.
I felt like I Star Trekked them to death. There was a point in the stream, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure I said it on the stream as well, like a complete idiot. I said, as somebody who knows the difference between a cavort and a brown bird of prey, with the brown being the scout class. I was like, I'm pretty sure they meant the Star Trek section of that bar to be quite a lot shorter, but I was like, no, I'm having that.
I'm going to make this as long as possible.
Academy to the top.
Well, to be fair, mate, I watched the entire thing. Thought you were great. It was nice to. I think it's nice that the Drinker brings in smaller YouTube channels and gives them the chance to participate and brings a bit of exposure as well.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I mean, he's not one of those guys who's like, if you haven't got 10,000 subs, I don't care. I'm not interested. He's lifted so many channels and just been like, look, I like what you do, because let's face it, we all start out at that level. I mean, I don't think I've cracked 500 subs yet, even after being on open bar. So maybe they hated me, but it's a case of just like we all do this, for various reasons. For me, it was just like, look, I'm passionate about these things, and I want to put that out there. And if I'm lucky, then people will think it's insightful and entertaining. And if not, it won't work. I mean, I've always said that my metric is if I ever have more videos than subs, I'll call it a day.
Yeah.
Simple as that. If I ever get to the stage where I've got more videos than subs, then I have to figure I'm doing something wrong. And I'm a little way away from that. So, keep on trucking. Absolutely.
And to be fair, mate, I honestly started this channel just for something to do during COVID. Obviously, we'd had the abysmal Star Trek Discovery first season, which by comparison actually... it's not so. I try not to be so harsh on it now, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like perhaps I treated you too harshly. It wasn't great, but oh god, some of the stuff has been served up since.
Absolutely.
No, literally since the beginning, since you started Discovery, man, and went on that journey. I gave up with Discovery. Oh god, mid-season 3. No. I watched the end of season 3, where Burnham decides that rather than putting people in the brig, she's just going to beam them into space. Continues to be a thing in Academy for some reason. That's a very enlightened point of view, isn't it?
Yes.
And I think I gave up about 4 or 5 episodes into season 4. I didn't see season 5 at all.
Wow. Well, we covered season 5 largely on these streams, and we never had such a laugh. It was only surpassed when we did the Acolyte. The Acolyte was absolutely
that was
crazy.
Another level, wasn't it? That was.
Well, the Acolyte was a funny one, really, because it was and yet again another perfect example of a franchise that you could imagine as a row of action figures, and then just random nobodies coming in and playing with them, and making this one sleep with that one, and having cool lightsaber battles, and then just going right, so. Let's film it and make an episode.
Yeah, I mean, the Acolyte was like some kind of fever dream.
Yeah,
it really was. And it was like, what, you've got a Jedi Wookiee and you're not even going to show a lightsaber? You're just going to kill him with shield.
Oh yeah, it was full of full on acid trip moments. That's the only way I can put it. It was, and I felt the same with Picard season 2.
Yeah.
Picard season 1 was like a manic depressant's wet dream. Okay, season 2 was a bad acid trip, and Zell obviously has said this before. It was awful, and
I gave up when Psycho Guinan turned up. When Psycho Guinan turned up with the shotgun, I was like, "Yeah, I'm out."
Yeah,
and she was like, "Oh, Earth's more racist than ever." I was like, "You were here in the Mark Twain days. You saw it in Time's Arrow."
yeah, that created so many paradoxes. It was unreal.
So I never saw the end of season 2 either. I'm vaguely aware of what happened. I think Wesley Crusher came back, which is reason enough not to watch it, to be fair. But
well, I did a Picard season 2 in memes, a couple of videos. They didn't really take off, but they were fun to do, and it really does show the ridiculousness of what we were seeing during that season. And then this is where I don't know, maybe I shafted myself a little bit, because I was one of those channels that didn't praise Picard season 3 as much as the other channels. And it's kind of got an interesting parallel to the last episode that we just watched. Just the opposite. But the thing is, a lot of the YouTubers got early access. They got access to the first 6 episodes. And if you look at Star Trek Picard season 3, in those first 6 episodes, you are dealt an onslaught of member berries and pure nostalgia.
Yeah.
And it was, if you binge watch it, I can imagine finishing on that 6th episode, the one with the Fleet Museum and all the pure nostalgia. I can imagine you're going to actually go, right, actually this isn't too bad. We want more of this. But I approached it from a weekly review basis, so I was able to walk away from the episode, give it some thought. I mean, I film my reviews straight after I watch it anyway, but each week my opinion was gradually changing. And don't get me wrong, I praised episode 6 because I thought, well, that's real fan service, and that's fan service from people that care. However,
I mean, you could tell there was some intent and passion about it, but I thought the writing was awful, if I'm being completely honest with you.
Yeah, exactly my thoughts. It was, you could tell it was rushed. You could tell it wasn't very well thought out. And there was, again, that hint of kids playing with action figures. You know, and then you think about the storyline, you think about the races and the way that they behave, and it's a classic New Trek trope. Okay, so you've got the founders, which were pretty badass, and they're very proud about not being enslaved by solids.
Yep.
Suddenly doing the bidding of the Borg. It didn't make a lot of sense. I felt that it was still full of a lot of New Trekisms. However, I think it was probably the strongest season of New Trek that we've actually got, and it was made by Terry Matalas, who obviously is Star Trek alum. Okay, and he did I think he did a very good job with what he had left. And it ultimately meant him being cashiered out of New Trek because it was people were saying it was good.
Kurtzman was like, I'm embarrassed. You know, the fans were like, we hate this. And I mean, Picard season 2 was so bad.
Oh, God, it was awful.
Like, season 3 had a bit of a layup, if we're being completely honest. All it had to do was just not completely shit the bed.
Yeah.
And it was like, we're okay here. And I think we didn't do. I mean, the character work was great. Where our characters ended up, I thought that's fine. They put care into the characters, what they do, the way they interacted with each other. That all worked absolutely fine. I loved Captain. Oh God, what's his name? Todd Stashwick's character.
Captain Shaw.
Captain Shaw. He was brilliant. I was the best thing about the episode. You know, the dynamic between him and Seven. They thought about these character dynamics. And I was like, look, that's the basis of your story. If you don't have characters, you don't have a story. And that's why Academy's not working so far. Well, one of many reasons. But the the episode to episode writing and things that happened was just really bad. It's like a spaceship using portals as weapons to what? No, I mean, what am I watching?
Yeah, and I felt it was all, it was, I called it referential Trek, because it was pulling from, pulling inspiration from other Star Trek episodes, media, movies, and so on and so forth.
Oh yeah, it was heavy on the Star
You know,
Trek.
so the whole portal thing, that and in the nebula, that was very Wrath of Khan.
Yeah.
You know, and don't get me wrong, the love and care and attention that went into it, I'm really grateful for. It had its problems, but I felt that the YouTubers that were out there praising it were where they were focusing on that, and I can't blame them, because we had been so embittered by everything that came before that we were willing to accept anything that was going to be half decent. But they spent a lot of time praising it and falling back on the argument that, oh, it's got its problems, but okay, we're going to talk about what those problems are. You guys out there pushing the show aren't. You're not going to focus on that. You're going to focus on the good, and that's what I felt at the time. So I may have made not enemies, but certainly people who went, yeah, screw you, out there. And
I think the thing is, it's important to be honest, isn't it? You can get carried away with these things, and you can be like, oh, this is the greatest thing. But I think integrity is important. If I think something's amazing, I will say it's amazing.
Yeah.
If I think something's average, I'll say it's average. And if I think something's really awful, I will say it's really awful. But I am just one man. I mean, we've seen that there's people out there somehow that are loving Star Trek Academy. There's people out there who are saying that Strange New Worlds is better than the original series. It's like, no, you are crazy. But these people exist.
I'm wondering how many of those are bots, to be fair. You certainly see it on Facebook. The more time you spend on Facebook.
My timeline recently, mate, it's been nothing but
Academy.
praising Academy. Yeah.
Oh, I think this is the best show that has ever been made. You're a bot, sir, and you know you're a bot.
Or you get the AI ones. You get the AI ones like Nala Ake strides onto the bridge. Her aura is of sort of command and presence, and it's just.
She's like a lazy floppy feather.
Zero command presence.
So I'm just going to take a short break to say hello to the chat. All of the usual faces are in here. Guna has stopped by. He will be back later, so thank you very much, Guna. Rick Deckard, how are you, sir? Sir Pavlim, how are you? Alia Rabadi, it's good to see you again. David Figueroa, I always mess that one up. Planet X87, welcome. Vanzen, good to see you again, buddy. And my wife is actually in there. My goodness, you two talk as fast as the Gilmore Girls. Well, it's just passion coming through, right? Love you, wifey. And hello, Watch Nerd. Watch Nerd, of course, no stranger to 10 Forward. It's good to have you here. Stop George, hello, and welcome. Yeah, I did read your comments, Stop George, and we're going to be talking a little bit more about Academy. Segue in nicely there. You see what we did there. Now, this episode of Starfleet Academy, we may as well get into it, because I know that we'll get this crap out of the way, and we'll probably end up talking more Star Trek, and the whole stream will be Star Trek, which is precisely what we like around here. So, this episode, now, I made a couple of points in my video, that this episode should have been episode 2, if you're talking running order, okay? Because it would have made a stronger episode 2, because the tonal shift was really jarring from last week's episode.
And
I
mean, the only thing I would say there is that there is some character work that's been done in the previous episodes that would be missing. You'd be going from them literally meeting in episode 1, which is more or less all that really happens. All right, they saved the life of oh God, little fuck. But they, you know, that's it. That's the most interaction they've had as a team. You would have missed that. But on the other hand, it would have meant you did not get served up 3 very, very substandard episodes of television.
Well, I mean,
And
the
you know, the swearing and everything in it, and
oh
everything
God,
like that. I mean,
the Prankmore episode absolutely killed everything for me. Don't get me wrong, I'm not an ardent New Trek fan. I don't like New Trek. I think it's the corpse of Star Trek being played with. However, there have been momentary flashes of consciousness within New Trek, and some episodes that have been never, like you said earlier, never really up to the standard of original Trek, but certainly showing promise. Now, the reason I said this episode begins that journey is because it is simply because it deals with, or it presents a more Star Trek concept within its foundations.
It's also the first time the show's even slightly taken itself seriously.
Exactly. Again, tonal shift. The episodes have been so jarring, and I also said that people who watch this show that are hanging on for dear life for whatever remains of Star Trek are getting really sick and tired, myself included, of comedy, quirky episodes.
Oh, yeah, I mean, this is the problem. This is the Tawny Newsom problem, unfortunately.
Yeah.
This is basically more or less a live action Lower Decks.
Yeah.
Now, I don't mind Lower Decks. Don't break out the pitchforks just yet, but Lower Decks to me is a spoof. It's not real Star Trek. Lower Decks is like somebody's playing a holodeck program somewhere or something like that. You know,
Yeah.
It's not real Star Trek, and therefore I can just discount it. I can look at all the member berries and all that kind of stuff, and some of the really deep cuts that are in there, and I can go, right, this isn't particularly good on a narrative level, but you know, it's made by somebody who's got some affection for Star Trek, and there is some good character work here and there. The dynamics between Mariner and Mother Captain I thought were quite good, and some of the other characters have some fairly good stuff. You know, it's not great by any means, but I didn't hate it. But this is a live action of that level, and that's a completely different metric to judge something by. Because now I'm like, right, this isn't a spoof. This isn't a holodeck. This is saying this is Star Trek, and no, it's also saying that it's Star Trek 1,000 years in the future.
Yeah.
I don't see it. Not for 1 second. Not in the tech, not in the environment, not in the actions of the people, not in the vocabulary it's used. The aura of, hang on, verisimilitude. Hey,
there you go. Bit of Robert My Burnett coming out
when
there.
I said that last night at an open bar, I listened back to the clip because Drinker put a clip up. I sounded like Ash from Evil Dead.
Mate, I'd have literally just said this.
But that's completely missing, you know. And as I said, it's failed at the first hurdle. You have to convince us this is in the future. Star Trek Next Generation felt like it was in the future. This, they've got pads that are like more crude than the ones we've got now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and they should all be using haptic displays and obviously they haven't got it for the budget. We understand that, but
you could argue that if you've got personal site-to-site transporters, you're going to have the technology to enable somebody to at least be mobile.
Yeah. I mean,
because
the whole wheelchair thing. The reason the wheelchair thing really upsets me though, is because of Melora, the episode in Deep Space Nine.
Yes.
Because you think of the work they put into that. They're like, okay, we want a disabled episode. They weren't like, oh, we need to be stunning and brave. They're just like, we want to do a philosophical example of what might happen with somebody who has a disability.
Well, we want to tackle it, don't we? Yeah.
And we'll think about it. We can't just have somebody in a wheelchair. That's stupid. You know, this is meant to be advanced. They'd be, you know, you'd have bionics. We should be able to cure that. You know, we see McCoy grow back kidneys with a tablet in the Voyage Home. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So they came up with this great idea. Okay, we've got this alien, and they come from a very light gravity planet, and on our home planet, she just swims about in the air. But unfortunately, that means she's restricted in Earth gravity because it's 1-1. And that's a great idea. And then you have the old idea, you know, that Bashir tries to save her because he loves her. And does she take the cure? Does she stay who she is? And these are the brilliant core tenets of Star Trek that we have come to love. No right or wrong answer. It gives you the moral quandary, and it says this is what the character did, but you know, whatever. It doesn't say there's a right or a wrong to it, which Star Trek has completely forgotten now, unfortunately. And that was a really clever way of doing it.
Yeah.
Starfleet Academy, they have somebody sitting in a wheelchair.
Yes. Yeah, and then they focus on the athletic cadets.
You've noticed as well then, anytime anybody needs to run, thankfully it's not one of the chubbies. You know, that scene where they're freezing to death outside the ship. If it was the girl who swallowed the comm badge, and I made sure I said that correctly as well.
Yeah, came very close. Yeah.
If it's that girl who swallowed the comm badge, then I'm sorry, Derham's dead. She never would have made it in time.
No.
Even though it's site-to-site transport.
No, I can just imagine her going to the doctor later saying, my stomach's talking to me. That was, to be fair for a lot of people, that was the straw that broke the camel's back on that one. Because it is so, there's no scenario that I can think of where that's going to be an outcome. Unless, of course, you know, the person, that officer perhaps may have been a Bortus type character and could essentially just eat rocks. You know what I mean?
And even the Orville's done Aliens better than Star Trek.
Oh, the Orville did.
One Star Trek in Starfleet Academy that feels like an alien.
Yeah, you and I can talk the Orville till we're blue in the face, my friend. Funnily enough. Look, you
Americans running around.
Yeah, you have to be realistic. You have to be realistic when you're setting your show so far in the future. And you know, I love the excuse-a-thon begins with, but the burn, and we didn't have the technology. You still have personal site-to-site transporters, full 3D displays. You have ships without pylons. I mean, ridiculous as that is.
Yeah. Not everything on Earth was powered by dilithium. Earth should be fine.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, medical science has evolved so far that and you can tell it's just a blatant representation game.
Yeah. And you've got another guy wearing glasses. Right, no, like he wears glasses. She's left and right, which is some new race they've invented that apparently just kooky. That's their thing. They're just
Pelia version 2.
Yeah, exactly. And she's got glasses, and I'm like, okay, you know, maybe. But then you've got another kid in the episode where they've got the xenobiology lesson, and he's wearing glasses. And not only is he wearing glasses, he's the one who makes the nerdy references that makes Caleb go, "Don't ever speak, don't ever stand next to me again." So funny.
Oh, hilarious.
That's not enlightened. That's just lowbrow, high school academia humour. And they're playing basketball. 1,000 years in the future. No high tech. Basketball. All right, fair enough.
It's anti-sci-fi at the end of the day. It's really anti-sci-fi.
Yeah, it's anti-sci-fi. It's anti-Star Trek. There's no way. They've got barrister cafes, like, you know, sort of like the barrister things. They replicate the mugs, but not the coffee.
And they bring in Stephen.
And they pour the coffee out. And I'm like, what?
You do know what replicators are, right?
Right.
And you got Stephen Colbert letting everybody know what the Talaxian fur flies up every episode.
I've noticed that's proceeding each time. Your Talaxian fur fly is trying to mate with
a beaker. And
in itself, as a background thing, it's kind of funny, and it's that lower depth thing that I'd be like, okay, it's not part of the main narrative. I'll kind of let it go. But the rest of it is so stupid. I mean, they're using words like hangry and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh,
yeah,
my God.
Using modern vernacular to try and sound cool, but it just doesn't work. It doesn't work.
It's going to date itself so badly. Nobody ran round the Enterprise D saying radical.
Radical dude.
Exactly. Yeah. Nobody said that. You can't really place that in being in the 80s in any other way, apart from maybe the production standards, which is fair enough.
I heard the word.
Looks like a 60s show because it was made in the 60s, and the Next Generation looks like an 80s show because it was made in the 80s into the 90s, but they don't act like it.
No, because it's enlightened. Everybody acts like they've swallowed a thesaurus, and that's fine. Because I don't know about you, but I saw you on Open Bar and you said, I've been watching Star Trek since you were about 10. And
younger than that, honestly.
Younger than that. Yeah.
Sorry, I'll put my fan on because it's really warm in here. It's the snakes tanks. I've been watching Star Wars since about the age of 6 or 7.
Yeah.
So I literally, the original series reruns on the BBC, my dad was watching it. And I was watching it one day. I was hooked. I was just like, this is, what is this? And I'm watching with my dad. I didn't understand them, obviously, because there's some adult concepts even in those shows.
Yeah.
You had these guys, these heroes in bright colours. You had this awesome spaceship. Even for the effects back then, they were fine, doing all this stuff. I mean, I remember the Ultimate Computer episode. Oh, what a great episode. And after that, I remember there was no Star Trek. It was like, oh, what's going on? And then I saw these new things about the Next Generation. And I remember going into a video rental stall. Obviously, we all remember those.
Oh, yeah.
That was like on an industrial estate near where I lived. And there was this big sort of cutout for Next Generation. I was like, whoa, what's Star Trek's coming back? And when it first came out, because my dad worked for News International, we got Sky early. We were like one of the first houses to get Sky. And we watched the Next Generation from the beginning. And I would have been about 8 at the time because it started in 87. And again, I loved it. But anything I didn't understand, my dad would explain to me.
Yeah.
And I learned things from Star Trek Next Generation, which was great. It was a formative part of my life.
It was an education.
My dad didn't care for Deep Space Nine, so I was left to get on that on my own, but I was older then, I was able to. But I wouldn't let kids watch Starfleet Academy.
Or any of the modern Trek shows.
Or any of the modern Trek. You're right. It's full of swearing. For some reason, that winds me up so much. I think back to the voyage home, right? And I think of that scene with Kirk.
Yeah.
And he doesn't understand that vernacular's been so long gone.
Yeah.
Because it's crude.
Double dumbass on you.
Double dumbass on you. It's perfect.
Yeah.
And then you've got the whole thing of Spock trying to use it as well, really badly throughout the entire film.
One damn minute, Admiral.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you had Cisco saying damned sometime. You're damn right. And I'm like, that is as far as I would have taken it.
Yeah.
I would have thought that actual cussing and, swearing would have been something that we outgrew.
Well,
and in this, we haven't outgrown anything.
Well, if you think about it, First Contact would have done that, right? Oh, hang on a minute. The universe is so much bigger than we are. And human beings are beginning to come together now to form this organization called Starfleet. Do you think maybe perhaps we should get rid of some of the older language, some of the more dated stuff that makes us look like Neanderthals?
Language changes all the time. You try reading Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not written in language you understand these days. And that's like, 70 years maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe a bit more than 70 years. But, language changes fast. So the idea that 1,000 years in the future, people are going around, and even worse, it's a betazoid. And it's like, oh, bros helping bros make beds. I'm like, that's 2 points off the Enterprise's shield.
Oh no,
it's been destroyed. Episode 2 destroyed the Enterprise. Because I don't know if you saw the videos, but I was basically taking a point off. It was that graphic from the Wrath of Khan where the Enterprise has got dots all around it for the shields.
Yeah.
Every time something stupid or non-Star Trek happened, I took a point off the shield. And yeah, it's just, if it was well written, then maybe the vernacular might not annoy me so much. Maybe. And if the characters were well written, then maybe I could get by the other stuff. But it's just all bad on every level. The only thing I can say, though, that I think genuinely is I think the actors are better than I thought they'd be. The kids, the young actors. I think they're better than I thought they would be.
A few of them, I would agree.
I think Genesis is fine. I think Derham's okay. I think the guy who plays Caleb is actually quite good. I don't think Sam's all that. But when you recognise Sam from the premiere that she went to, where she's all grills and ghetto, And then you look at her in the show, you're like, well, she is doing a half decent acting performance. That's not the same person as the actor.
Yeah, it's a very different person.
Very different person. But yeah, the characters they're portraying are just, you've got Holly Hunter, and it's so annoying because in Strange New Worlds, what I watched of Strange New Worlds, I basically came to the conclusion that it's Space Dad and his crew of millennials.
Yeah.
Because he's not really a captain, he's Space Dad. And in this, you've got Space Mum.
Yeah.
She's like, got this, there's no command. She hasn't disciplined. Laura Fox going around disciplining everybody. But even then, like, again, I made the comparison. There's this cadet and she's screaming at them until she runs away, like crying, yeah?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, very, very nice and very, very nice. But I said, compare that to the lesson that Worf gave Sito Jaxa.
Yeah. I watched that episode the other day, in fact.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible episode.
Teaching her something,
yeah.
Learning her something. All Laura Fox can do is just shout at people.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a bad actress anyway. She's awful.
Yeah. Well, she's a comedian at the end of the day, isn't she? She's a stand-up comedian.
And I'll tell you what, the maddest thing that I never thought I'd say, genuinely never thought I'd say, is most, in the first couple of episodes at least, most of the moments that reminded me of Star Trek came from Tig Notaro.
Wow.
Which is scary. You know the bit when she's talking to Derham and she's saying, look, any message that you've got to chase isn't from anybody worth hearing from.
Yeah.
And when she gives Caleb that lesson in the first episode, all right, she completely misattributes a quote to Oscar Wilde when it was actually somebody else. Again, the writers didn't do their homework.
No, they never do.
They felt like they might be those kind of lessons that a Star Trek officer might give. I don't know if maybe because compared to Gina Shear, she's down here somewhere.
Yeah.
Jet Reno. She's down here somewhere, whereas Laura Fox up here. But yeah, it's I mean, I've heard that next episode they're messing with Cisco, and if that happens, you're going to hear me
roar
Nottingham, no matter where you are.
You won't need YouTube. You definitely won't need YouTube.
I'll open the window and scream.
We have a super chat from RRTNZ. He's a drinker regular as well. RRTNZ, here's enough for a pint to reward you for watching this so I don't have to. Also, congratulations to Al for his first appearance with the drinker. Live long and prosper. Thank you, my friend. Very, very, very gracious of you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. So, Holly Hunter. I just want to clarify something for all you people out there. I will get to Cisco. That's going to be too traumatic for me. I need some space with that one for a moment.
Yeah.
Holly Hunter.
Just compartmentalize for a second, you know.
Now you've got Holly Hunter on board with your show. Fantastic, great. Okay, nothing against Holly Hunter. And I understand she's got dentures. I understand that she's had issues, and I completely get it. Okay. But when you're filming your pilot episode and your lead actress says, I'm sorry, but that's a cut.
Yeah,
take
exactly.
2.
Can we get another take of that, please?
Holly, you're doing a great job.
Yeah, the denture grip.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
go again.
But I didn't understand what you said. And if I don't understand it, I'm pretty certain the millions out there or the 20 people that are going to watch this show and enjoy it, they're not going to understand you either. So I understand that she's got issues. I get it. And this isn't an attack on her, and I haven't attacked her. It's simply a case of, Holly, get yourself to either a speech therapist or a speech coach to help you work around these problems, because we don't understand what you're saying. And for the love of God, do not feather around the place, making it look untidy every time you sit down. She is so lazy.
I was convinced that Quentin Tarantino was directing episode 3.
The feet.
There was so many foot shots.
Yeah, the feet.
And
Unreal.
right up in the foreground.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of these new Trek elements that we moan about have appeared in Star Trek before. You know, you had For instance, you had Q kissing Janeway's foot as a sort of inter-scene gag, which was it was funny. But it's like they dial it up to 1,000, with everything with all these little bits, and they like to find things to focus on, and they like to stick to their guns. Now, I said in my Picard reviews, okay, that they literally must have taken the encyclopedia of Star Trek and just gone, that one, we'll do an episode on that thing there.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they built an entire series around it. And Picard season 1, for example, had Picard facing the Borg again. And you were like, oh, bugger it. The Borg, I thought
he... saying cheeky feckers.
Yeah, cheeky feckers. I know, he dealt with the Borg, okay? And his story came to a full arc in First Contact, regardless of whether you liked the film.
I absolutely agree. That should have been
it's done.
The end of that, yeah.
Yeah, it's done. So not only do they put it in the first season, the Borg, being the not the central theme, but it's certainly there, and you've got him wandering about the Borg cube going, oh, the memories, oh my God, oh, and he's faltering and falling and everything. He's already dealt with this is old news. And then you get to season 2, which again involves the Borg.
Yeah.
And then you get to season 3 and you think, changelings!
It was all about the Borg!
And it's the Borg again!
What? They had a new method of assimilating him. Assimilating, which was through Picard. And I was like, I'm not sure if that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, or if that's actually kind of smart. I mean, I don't know. But
my daughter, she's not seen.
It damaged the character of Picard, I think.
Massively.
It gave him trauma. It gave him mummy issues. And I was just like, oh.
No, it's Paul Patrick Stewart. That was all Patrick Stewart. And even my daughter, who's barely really seen any Star Trek, bless her, she's seen about 20 episodes across all the 5 series. Okay, and I'm sitting there for my compilation video, the meme video. I'm sitting there gathering clips, and I'm going, right, okay, I'm going to use this one. And she turns to me and she goes, is this the new one? I said, well, it's one of the newest ones. It's season 3. I rewatched season 3 recently. And she goes, the Borg again. And I'm thinking, exactly. The Borg again, because they're fixated on it. Now, with New Trek, it's the Borg. It's Khan. They won't leave Khan alone.
No.
and then when they when Brent Spiner's, 5th generation of Zoom.
Oh my word!
Yeah, it's just like, we need.
I love the way in the end they were like, we're not going to bother CGIing it anymore. We're not going to do it. He's just old.
Yeah, we made an old Data. Yeah, and when he's seen that file, pulls that file out and it says Project Khan. It's like, God's sake, really? They honestly think Star Trek's defined by the Borg, Khan, and Spock. It's like, it's not that case at all.
I mean, the damage done to Spock is something that I can't forget.
Yeah, you need to speak to Watch Nerd, because Watch Nerd will tell you she hates what they've done to Spock.
They took a character that had, speaking as an autistic person myself, what I would call autistic traits that I subconsciously identified with as a kid, to making him a full-blown dyslexic autist. I'm like, thank you.
It's
completely ruined that character for me.
It's Spock, for God's sake. It's one of the most iconic characters in the entire series. And
I would like the ship to go now.
Oh no!
No,
oh no!
Please.
And there they are doing
I didn't watch any of season 2 of Strange New Worlds, nor season 3.
You
I've seen
lucky
the clip of the
bastard!
musical one, and I'm like, I'm well out of it. Or the bit where they all turn into Vulcans. I think I saw this in your review.
No,
and they go, right, turning into a Vulcan gets rid of all your emotions. No, decades of training gets rid of all your emotions.
Yeah, and this is the thing. So, Stranger, with that episode in particular, and this is another thing, they don't have any science advisors worth the title on the show to explain or to figure out some narrative bridge that they can build to get to where they want to be. So they they had them turn into Vulcans. They had a magical injection, because it was magical, a magical injection to turn them from whatever species they were, humans, whatever, to instantaneously be looking like Vulcans with the hairstyles, and suddenly Uhura's got dreads. It's like, what are you doing? When in Apocalypse Rising, when Sisko, O'Brien, Odo, and Worf go deep into the Klingon Empire to flush out a changeling, they get surgically altered to look like Klingons. Surgically altered. Now, regardless of whether the technology existed back in the day, it doesn't matter. The effort went in to make them look like Klingons. This is turning them into Vulcans through a magic freaking serum. Broke me out.
Like humans, like the bit where I think it's O'Brien was being like challenged and offered blood wine and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's Sisko who's got to round up and be like, And I think O'Brien puts the scanner in the thing and drops it. And
that's Odo, yeah.
Like,
he's just
this is a toy,
It is a tinkle bot.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And as you say, it's just... The thing is, it's all played for laughs. Now, what I said was, you can do this when you've got 26 episodes a season, okay?
Yeah.
You can have a jokey episode. But this is like every single episode is the Space Hippies episode from the original series.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Who'd watch that?
Or it's moving
along.
Sorry,
I'm Herbert, I don't reach.
No. Oh, we have another super chat from Watch Nerd. Oh, bless you, my darling. Thank you very much.
Did mention.
Yeah. Yup. Frack, what they did to Spock spec in Strange New Worlds. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Watch Nerd. Absolutely screw what they did to them. No idea what they're doing with that character.
I mean, he makes Zachary Quinto's Spock look amazing, in all honesty.
Yeah, and I have to say, Zachary Quinto was not the worst thing I have seen.
No, he's all right.
He was good.
Fine. Yeah.
He was good.
I mean, you haven't got you have got Leonard Nimoy for the first two films, but
yes.
You haven't got Leonard Nimoy to play the young Spock.
No.
I thought he was okay.
Yeah.
I thought Carl Urban was an amazing Bones.
He's fantastic. He channeled him, I think.
Oh, brilliant! Absolutely brilliant. I thought Pine was okay as Kirk. He was okay. He was nice and brash and everything. Zaldana as Uhura, I could have had recast, and I was so sick. Yeah, I was so sick of the constant Spock Uhura relationship.
It was
all
pointless.
The way through the films.
Yeah,
I just don't care. Don't care. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Zachary Quinto, he was fine, but he's made to look amazing by is it Ethan Peck?
Yeah. Ethan Peck.
Who might be, don't get me wrong, he might be a fine actor, he might be a lovely bloke, but the Spock that he's playing, unrecognisable.
Yeah, absolutely. I did actually, I want to say, I found out about 20 minutes before the stream, I don't know whether you're aware, Catherine O'Hara's died.
Yeah, I did see that, yeah.
Unreal. Mrs. McAllister has gone, so rest in peace, Catherine. Yeah. Obviously, the voice of Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, thoughts to the family at this time. Bless her.
We are unfortunately getting to that age where
we're
going to see these actors drop off, and it sucks. But they leave behind a legacy of work.
Yeah, they do.
Will long stretch into the future.
Absolutely.
Classic films that people can enjoy for years to come. I mean, when Leonard Nimoy died, and as I said, obviously as a child I had a very close connection to Leonard Nimoy and Spock, I went into mourning, mate. That one hit me like nobody else hit me. Like the only one's going to get me off like close to that is going to be David Attenborough.
Yeah, you get along well with my wife. To be fair, she said exactly the same. Yeah. David Attenborough.
But no, it's unfortunate. I mean, we've already lost quite a few, over the last few months and everything. And it's that age where unfortunately you just get to see all your bands split up and heroes die and everything like that.
Yeah, well, absolutely. I didn't
Shatner's
really...
still going strong. Did you see his cereal advert?
Sorry.
William Shatner is on
Oh,
Twitter. He's done a
yeah.
cereal advert for Bran, and they're playing on Will Shat, and it's like Will Shat on a car. And he's like chucking out Bran and bowls of Bran to people to get their get their poop moving.
William
Oh,
Shatner is a living legend.
94 years old.
94 years old. That is what red meat and beer looks like, ladies and gentlemen. Red beer, meat, and exercise. You know.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird because like he never seemed. I mean, he likes horse riding and everything stuff like that, but he doesn't seem like the guy's taking amazingly good care of himself. But you look at most people when they, you look at I don't know, how old Keith Richards is, like, I don't know, 453 or something. He looks like it. Whereas William Shatner, looks surprisingly hale for his age. So long may the Shat live.
Long may the Shat live. Definitely, 100%. You mentioned earlier, I hate to keep going back and forth, you mentioned earlier about Cisco, okay? Apparently, Academy is going there. Now, one thing that we have said from day one, where they even stopped hinting at covering Cisco, is our quote...
He was in the trailer, wasn't he?
Yeah, our tagline has been, leave the Cisco alone. Leave it alone. Don't go there, because to many Star Trek fans, Deep Space Nine is the best, and it's actually my favorite.
Untouched so far. We haven't had it messed with, really.
And they're brave to go there. They really are brave to go there because
stupid.
I mean, you're either very brave or very stupid, Ferengi.
I mean, the thing is, I imagine the budget they put into Starfleet Academy. What the hell? Strange New Worlds as well.
Yeah.
Why couldn't they just have remastered Deep Space Nine? I'm sure it would have made more money.
I'm sorry, but at the end of What We Left Behind, when they show the remastered footage of the Dominion battle, I had a geek-gasm at that. It was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. Put that money into it.
That's when they switched from models to basic CGI models, which is one of the problems. It's why they can't really remaster it.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, I wouldn't even mind if you used AI algorithms to sharpen it up now.
Yeah.
I just want to, I want to experience those stories again. And unfortunately, because our TVs are so big now, that little image that we saw back in the 90s,
the black bars,
pretty low definition, unfortunately.
Well,
I was trying to get screenshots of Melora, and they were all really, really blurred.
The thing is, as I said, I use OBS for my screenshots. So when I did my DS9 reviews, I reviewed 3 episodes. One was In the Pale Moonlight, another one was Duet, and the other one was The Visitor. 3 of my favourite episodes of DS9. The way I got my screenshots there was literally zooming in, and you really have to. I had to filter it quite extensively to get them to look as good as they did. So it would be very nice to see Deep Space Nine remastered, Voyager remastered, because we got it with The Next Generation.
We did, and it was excellent.
It was superb, and they showed that version on Netflix.
It started showing up all the things that low definition hides.
Yeah.
So all the places where they've put black cards.
and the T stand, yeah,
exactly.
On your marks,
to see everywhere. But I'd rather have that for seeing. I mean, I remember again when they rolled that. I mean, I went to see when they redid the original series. I don't know if you remember. They put the first few episodes in the cinema. And I remember seeing that and seeing the Enterprise and that. I know, like now it looks quite crude. We're talking like good 20 years ago now, at least.
Yeah.
It looks quite crude by today's standards, but seeing that Enterprise in full CG going, seeing shots that they just couldn't do with the models, because you can only film them from one side, and you can only do this, and you can only do that, was just amazing. And I think Deep Space Nine is one of the ones, as I say, Sacrifice of Angels in HD.
Oh yes, phenomenal.
Double Polaroid.
You know what I'd love to see is Shattered Mirror. With the parallel universe Defiant. That is probably one of the Defiant's best space battles.
I don't understand why people don't like the Defiant. There's a lot of people who don't like the Defiant. I'm like, why?
I'll never see the world from their point of view because I think it's,
I know,
I think
right?
it's an
She's
incredible
beautiful.
little ship.
Yeah.
It's beautiful little ship. And Deep Space Nine, I think Deep Space Nine was the strongest Star Trek series. I beg your pardon.
I agree. It had best character development out of any of them. Like where characters start at the start of it and where they get to the end, every single character apart from maybe Keiko.
I would say, yeah, Keiko had no character development. She was the reason for O'Brien's Must Suffer episodes.
Yeah, I was going to say she was there because Miles O'Brien doesn't suffer enough for Deep Space Nine.
You notice she's the catalyst for every suffering he goes through.
We'll give him a shrew of a wife that is his entire source of misery.
Yeah, it's just like hard time. You're in a prison cell. Yeah, why can't you? At the beginning of the end, he goes, I can't leave. It's like, yeah, we all know where you're going, mate. So yeah, you can't leave.
Don't take me back, please.
Yeah, not Keiko. But yeah, I think the best character development on Deep Space Nine, we will get to Academy eventually, is Nog. I think Nog's arc is beautiful. Every step of the way.
Yeah. Awesome.
And that moment, again, a beautiful moment was when Sisko catches Jake teaching him how to read.
Yeah, and he has to go at him, doesn't he?
Yeah, because his family and his Nagus won't let him study.
Yeah, and he doesn't believe that he's doing it for good reasons.
Yeah.
So he basically gets it out of him. He says, "Because I don't want to end up like my father."
Oh, that's a beautiful moment. That's such character, and again, simple writing, but so complex at the same time.
That's what happens when you have talented writers writing things.
Yeah.
Back in the day, we used to have sci-fi writers writing Star Trek. Now we have people sitting in cafes with a latte writing.
Yeah. And they don't know the universe. I mean, it's very clear that they don't know the universe. They look at the reference material, trying to study it. And I always say, I don't know if you're a South Park fan, but you've got the South Park ginger detective, and he's trying to find the hand killer or whatever it is, and he's studying the hand, turning it and everything, going, this can't be the left-handed killer because this is a right hand, and he's turning it and looking at this. And I just think it must be it must be as confusing as that for these guys because they're looking at all this material and they don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
Now,
as you say, they're basically they're either going on Wikipedia and looking at like top 10 episodes or something like that and go, oh, we'll post from this, we'll post from that, push from that. They don't, it's not like Michael Okuda and Denise Okuda, who operated obviously as advisors on the proper Trek, and knew everything backwards, inside out, the whole damn thing. I guarantee you do not have somebody like that in the new Star Trek.
No way.
I don't see how you can.
No way.
Because somebody would have turned around and said, Vulcans learn mental discipline. It's not genetic. Genetically, they're actually like
feral.
Primitive. Yeah, exactly. And there's just too many mistakes. There's too many mistakes. There's no, like when I watch Lower Decks, and I don't think to keep praising Lower Decks, so I know people don't like it, but I at least every now and again I'd be like, that's not just a member berry. That's actually a pretty deep cut. That's somebody who knows what they're talking about, and unfortunately it's labelled in this stupid show, these stupid characters doing stupid things, but that's a deep cut meant for the fans. That's not just a member berry. It's not just key jangling, but I don't get any of that from Starfleet Academy. I really, really don't. It's like they took the alien from Prodigy and just put him in Starfleet Academy.
Yeah.
Like a cartoon. They didn't change him. They didn't make him look like, I don't know, I don't want to say like a bad example of the film, but like Korg from the MCU films, where it looks like rocks. They just took the cartoon and he's got cartoon eyes and everything.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It was nice to reference.
I've not seen Prodigy actually. I have to be honest. I've not seen it.
Okay,
it's okay.
Prodigy.
Prodigy
is
Janeway and then like some young kids or something.
Prodigy is a rough start to get into. It's about 4 episodes. It's especially if you're embittered by Kurtzman track, it's difficult to get there. But I'll tell you something, mate. Prodigy is one of the best things to come out of new Trek at all. And it's funny, isn't it? Because the guys who created Prodigy and ran Prodigy and made Prodigy are out of favour with Kurtzman because it was so good.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that I did not know.
But that's.
I'm not always aware of the politics. That
I'm not
on.
massively. I'm not massively, but yeah, they've
interesting.
They well, I mean, they were cancelled. The show was cancelled.
I know it's like a Nickelodeon show, isn't it?
Yes, and a Nickelodeon show handled Star Trek better than grown-up Star Trek, and I made a video saying I was wrong. Because I saw Prodigy and I thought, oh, for God's sake, they just stop trying to appeal to children because Star Trek appeals to children that Star Trek is going to appeal to. You know,
I mean, it's like last night, and the drinker was like, stop making Star Trek for women. And I was like, well, I personally, I think that Star Trek has always attracted women.
Yeah.
You know, but as Star Trek is.
Yes.
You don't need to feminize Star Trek to get more women into Star Trek.
No.
That won't work. This is exactly the same as, and I hate to hark back to another IP, but it's exactly the same as this one here, Warhammer.
Yeah.
Okay? Wargaming, brutal future universes and stuff like that will always appeal to men more than women.
Yeah.
Because men are naturally more belligerent and men just lean towards that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So you will have a percentage of women that will get into that kind of thing, okay, as it is. And then you have a percentage of women who just don't care and think it's stupid boy stuff.
Yeah.
That will not change. You can keep feminizing your IP, but at one point, you're going to get like maybe 5-8% extra, and then it's just diminishing returns.
Well, yeah, because you're trying to grab this much audience while losing this much of your audience. It's not going to happen. It's a bad business model. We've said this from the very beginning.
It's a terrible idea.
They
take for granted the audience they've got, and they go, we're not going to lose this. These suckers are too far in, you know?
Yeah.
They're addicted. They can't live without Star Trek. So we're just going to feminize it up to the max, and anybody who complains will call them a bigot.
But what they fail to realise is that we still have Star Trek. We're not we're not gatekeeping in the sense of what they're trying to portray us as doing. We're not gatekeeping. We're simply saying, we've got this. I bookended Star Trek at the end of 2005 when Les Moonves basically canned Enterprise and tried to trash the damn thing, and killed Star Trek off. I bookended Star Trek then, and that is Star Trek. This is pseudo Trek. This is ridiculous.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, it's Steno, isn't it? It's Star Trek in name only.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's almost like it's trying to wear Star Trek's face.
It is. It's a skin suit. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Skin suit.
I mean, Starfleet Academy, in particular, has really shown that the Emperor has no clothes.
Yeah.
Because there is very little Star Trek about it. I just want to say to the chat really quickly that I've forgotten to change channel names. So if you see Grumpy Grognard Gaming, that's me replying, but from my Warhammer channel.
Yeah, I do that with my repair channel. Yeah, it's a UKDM repairs.
I've done it a few times. I've posted a video on the wrong channel or posted on the wrong channel. Like, what is this?
What? Okay. I came here for repairs. I've got Warhammer. I suppose really we should. Again, I sort of avoided Cisco, to a degree. We should really get through this episode.
Yes,
I don't want to.
We should tackle, because I mean, there are good points about this episode.
There are,
and then there are some not so great.
Well, Stop George. Stop George. I want to sort of bring up something that he said. It did have a more serious tone, but the writing was still shit. Ergo, it's still shit. And I 100% agree with you, Stop George, and I do. And this is what I put across in my review. It is still shit. It is still a shit show. However, this was the least shit of the shit shows. And it still got things wrong. It was still reasonably poorly written. And it ruined the Klingons.
The assassination on the Klingons is...
It's real.
brutal in this episode, and he's
Yeah.
like, "We will take the most masculine, fierce, battle-like race in Star Trek, and we will chop their balls off, all 4 of them."
Yeah, absolutely. So, I see at this point I'll break out the screenshots, but I'm not going to traumatize everyone. So,
I mean, one of the things that really I thought was very interesting in this episode in particular was they ethnically split up the Klingons.
yes, they did.
There are now black Klingons and there are white Klingons, and the black Klingons speak with African accents.
Yes, they do. And it's funny, isn't it? Because if you remember Kang, Koloth, Kor, Martok, Gowron, Duras, you know, all these great examples of Klingons. Okay, I love Kang, Koloth, and Kor. All right, they all spoke Shakespearean English.
Exactly. Everybody does in Star Trek. That's the point.
Yeah,
Everybody enunciates everything they say.
Yeah.
All right, you've got a thespian actor in Patrick Stewart, and people would have been expected to try but nobody was mumbling, nobody was using much slang, unless you went in the holodeck and you had, like, you know, fistful of datas and stuff like that. And Data was using his Western slang and stuff like that. But yeah, in this, there's a lot of very regional stuff going on, and this is one of the problems with the aliens. The aliens speak with an American accent. You know, everybody's got these regional these dialects and everything like that. And I'm like, black people and white people have both played Klingons.
Yes.
And they just sounded like Klingons.
They sounded like Klingons.
Whether it was Tony Todd or whether it was Mark O'Reilly.
Well, I'm sorry, but you're not going to have David Warner standing there in full Kardashian makeup going, "Hey man, I really like CC."
Exactly that.
It's not going to be that way.
But that's what they've done in this. They have ethnically split up the Klingons, which is such a very, very odd move to make. And I didn't realise as well at first as well, because the only one we'd seen is black Klingons. And then that, I think he's an admiral or an ambassador or something, the one that's twice the size of Nala Ake, and they have absolutely 100% been boning.
Or they
make that very clear.
They double boned, absolutely.
And he's like twice the height, but like he's white. He's almost like the. Do you remember the albino from when they go looking for the Sword of Kalis?
Yeah.
He was almost like that, and I was just like, whoa.
Yeah, I had the same thought when I was watching it. I was thinking, we'll cut the heart out of the albino.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. We could rebuild him. Yeah, I mean, even before that, you got the bit where and this is where the lack of detail and the lack of Star Trekness really comes across to me, because I noticed this very early on. They quote the quote from Drumhead.
They misquote
it wrong.
The quote,
they miss a chunk of it, but they quote it.
Yeah.
And then, without a hint of irony, like 2 lines later, the Doctor says to a cadet, "You need to earn the right to free."
Well,
you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, yeah.
Did you not read? Did you not read the script? I mean, just
yeah. Okay.
It's like where the helm tells Ake that the engines are out, that the helm's unresponsive, and then 35 seconds she's like, "Emergency massive manoeuvres." We just told you the ship's not moving. And then they get hit from behind, and she's like, "All shields to front."
Our torpedoes are offline. Well, fire some, damn it!
This is where in the original series somebody would turn around to go to captain and go, "You're not fit for command. I believe you." You know what I mean?
Oh, that's funny.
It's bonkers. So there's just very much a lack of attention, because that's not the messaging that they're interested in. The messaging they're interested in is revealed throughout the course of the series.
Yes.
Sorry for interrupting. Please carry on.
No, it's absolutely fine. A lot of the time when New Trek tries to use so Star Trek used alien species as an allegory for human behaviors, both past and present, that we want to change or we're not liking. It was always an example of a human characteristic or trait or behavior.
But they still had, like aliens. They still had something about them that made them stand out and made us go, their perception, their way of looking at life is different.
Yeah.
And that gives me another perspective to look through. Because I have to look at it from their side and then from our side. And it's happened so many times, particularly in Next Generation and quite a few times in Enterprise, where there'd be this massive clash of cultures. And you'd have the captain who has the decision. What do I do? You know,
well,
both sides are kind of right, but I have to make the decision. And that is the essence of Star Trek. It just doesn't happen anymore.
No, I mean,
there's one right way.
If you look at the species throughout Star Trek, and I made this point a few weeks back on this show, if you look at the species in Star Trek, you have aspects of all human condition with it represented within those species. So you've got the Klingons; they're the warrior race. They're the angry side of anger side. You've got the Ferengi; they're the profiting side, the greed. The Romulans, the devious side. The Vulcans are the logical side. The Cardassians are the cold-hearted side. The reptilian brain. They're all representative of different aspects of human nature, and it's a self-reflection. Star Trek is. It's always exploring those traits within ourselves, but putting an alien face on it and saying that should be so alien to us, but it's not. It's part of who we are. And
historical allegory as well.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the occupation of Bajor.
Yeah,
is a direct reference to historical events. So
and obviously the Bell riots were prophetic in some respects.
Pretty much. But mostly peaceful. It's okay.
Mostly peaceful, yeah. But no, Star Trek's always done that. Now, New Trek doesn't do that. New Trek just slaps makeup on actors and has the humans behave like this. Well, Star Trek, we'd already evolved past that point. We'd already evolved to get rid of greed and poverty and war and conflict. We still had internal conflict. We still had personal conflict. But we avoided wars. We sought out new life. We learned to travel the stars.
And that's why my favourite quote of all time in Star Trek always will be Uhura's from the Savage Curtain. Because it perfectly encapsulates Star Trek. Why should I be offended, sir?
Yeah, they're just words.
You know, in our time we've learned not to fear words.
Yeah. And
beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Which is incredible parallel. Right, to this day. Because
we've never needed Star Trek more.
We need Star Trek big time. Yeah, because we are so afraid of words in today's modern age. We're afraid to speak.
We've never been further away from it. I firmly believe at this stage we have never been further away from Gene Roddenberry's vision of an enlightened race that has managed to put all those things behind us.
I 100% agree.
They're ripping everything apart as we speak.
Destroying a great IP. So, yeah, the Klingons in this episode were not Klingons; they were pseudo Klingons.
I don't know. Do you think this is? I mean, I've heard the theory, and I know it's certainly true to a certain extent that everything has to be 25% different.
Original licensing laws, yes.
I think between CBS and Paramount or something. I don't know, something like that.
It used to be the case. I don't think it's the case any further. But it's more their representation. I mean, look at the effing Ferengi in this show. They look like goblins.
Crinkle ears.
Crinkle ears, yeah. And I think, well, you know, how much have humans evolved in the last 1,000 years? Really, physical appearance-wise.
Well, yeah, exactly. We have changed in the last 1,000 years.
We have.
We would change in 1,000 years of space exploration.
Yeah,
we would change again.
Absolutely. And a temperamental paddywhack trained by a child that destroys all dilithium. I mean, ridiculous.
I mean, I didn't watch the rest of Discovery. How do they get the lithium back? They take it from the Discovery? Because obviously Discovery's got a spore drive, but I presume it's also got the lithium.
It does have the lithium, yeah.
Just really grow from nothing.
If I recall, they have a stockpile of dilithium because the plot needed it to happen.
I think that was the only way it could make sense.
Yeah, and then because they wanted Burnham to be the savior of the entire Federation.
I think Caleb's looking up the same character.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you.
He's brilliant brilliant at everything already.
He's definitely a Mark Sue, isn't he? But he's if you think about it logically, and these people cannot write Vulcans, by the way, you think about this logically, you've got a criminal, who might be street smart. He was certainly smart enough to nab someone's comm badge and go out into a sandstorm and not fall to his death and survive.
Just scan for him.
Yeah, and then apparently he was Guardian of the Galaxy off the freaking planet, and God, it just got
shot like 8 years old. Or something.
Yeah, absolutely. And suddenly, and quite jarringly, they locate him very quickly because they can't have the first episode be about locating him. Well, we've had rumors we've heard rumors that a lad called Caleb is committing crime and doing naughty things in this system.
I love when she finally meets up with Caleb. She's like, I've spent every day for the last 15 years. Bitch, no, you haven't. Yesterday you were solving an ice dispute between two toddlers on Bajor.
Yeah, you're doing a fine job of that. How long was your telescope? Yeah. And he's sitting there with his Bane mask on going, I'm afraid that now.
Good idea.
It's just crazy. It was so stupid. But yeah, I think you look at that character, he's good at everything.
Yes, and already.
He's
already a great fighter, he's adaptable, he's fit and strong, and he's a master at debates as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Michael Burnham was Spock, McCoy, Scotty, and Kirk, all rolled into one character.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't work like that. Otherwise, there's no point in having an ensemble show.
No, absolutely. And the first episode gave a lot away for me about this show. Okay, so there's a few points I want to raise. The bridge crew, they introduced them by name at one point in the episode. Still don't remember their names. I don't. They introduced them in the first.
Because Ake never says them.
And you've not seen them.
Commands, but she doesn't give commands to anybody.
No, and she does
double shields, but she doesn't say Lieutenant Jim Bob.
No,
double shields. We're just meant to remember from going down the line.
And the thing is,
it doesn't make any difference.
Exactly, she doesn't. We don't see them again. I've not seen them again.
They showed up. Well, the first time they've been in the ship is episode 4, isn't it? Since the first one.
Yeah.
You briefly show up there. I tell you what got me there was, do you remember when she starts off doing the log?
Yeah.
Now, quite often you'll have a captain doing a log, and it's a voiceover.
Yeah.
She will see them walking around the bridge or doing whatever they're doing, walking down the corridors with other crew members. But then it shows her recording the log on the bridge because she's speaking. And there's nobody else on the bridge.
Yeah, where are they?
Where's the crew? Who's flying the ship? I mean, these are really, really basic things.
As the drinker would say, because the plot didn't need them there.
I'm watching these things and I'm like, I cannot be the only one that is seeing this,
The thing is, with my reviews, I try not to be too critical. I try not to nitpick because there are channels for that. Nitpicking Nerd, for example, he'll nitpick these episodes and absolutely fine. That's great.
Yeah, I've
Go
seen
for
this
it.
video. Fine tooth comb,
Yeah, absolutely. And you've got Major Grin who will do the ironic stuff.
Oh, the short little bit. I love his videos.
He's brilliant.
He does so much with so little.
Yeah.
2-minute video, but without him even really saying a word, it just perfectly explains what's so crap about it.
And he paints
I saw a
picture
today. Actually, I think it was on Facebook. Actually, somebody pointed out something that I hadn't seen. But when they send Caleb through the machine that takes all your clothes off and gives you a head.
Yeah.
Why didn't that spot the parasite in him?
Exactly.
Look, I know there were mistakes in the Next Generation in the original series.
Of course there were.
I know there's mistakes. Of course there's mistakes. There's mistakes in every show. But because the quality of the entertainment was so good, you don't notice them. When the quality of the entertainment is so bad, you do nothing but notice them.
Well, I alter that slightly to say, when it's made with love, you forgive it.
Yeah.
When it's not,
charity towards it.
Exactly. You suspend your disbelief because you feel that the show's earned that, and classic Star Trek has earned that. Star Trek has earned its code of honors.
Like, oh, this and this, and I'm like, that was made 60 years ago.
Yeah,
60 years ago. I am going to cut it the biggest of breaks. What's your excuse?
Yeah,
you ain't got one.
Yeah, and exactly.
Why
and I'll forgive Code of Honor. I'll let it slide. I'll forgive Move Along Home.
Oh wow, yeah. I'll tell you the one that I skip every time. I have to confess, I do skip it every single time. Is the one where Molly goes through the portal and grows up.
Yeah, Time's Orphan. Absolutely.
I watched that episode. It's so bad. It's like 45 minutes of cake. I'm like, no, God, please.
Oh no, not Keiko again. She's coming back.
Oh, it's Rosalind Chow. I apologize, Rosalind. It's not your fault.
It's not you. It's the character.
Kai Wynn turned up. Otherwise, you would have been the worst character in Deep Space Nine. Most hated female.
The thing is, do you notice? After a while, O'Brien hates Bashir, but after a while, they become very good friends. And
it's great. It's a great dynamic.
That's a fantastic. He's going, oh, I might as well come in. I'll come into Quarks for a beer. Yeah, sure. Oh shit, I better get home.
But it's you've got darts, and that's an anachronism. Why have you got darts in the 32nd century? Even if it all in the 21st century, even if it all just 24th actually, if it does all light up and that kind of stuff, it's futuristic. But it's still darts. It's still very. But they make a point of it. Brian says, this is something I have replicated. It's an old game.
Yeah.
And then, Wolf's like, this is a game. It's a toy. And Brian's like, think of it as target practice.
Yeah.
He embeds it 2 inches into the board. They play up on it.
Yeah, they do.
They don't do that here. Everything is just, it's perfectly normal.
It's just a giant gimmick. And they've brought the Doctor in just to be a gimmick. He's an Easter egg.
Oh, yeah, I mean...
This episode was the exception, I believe.
Yeah, he adds something to the show, because he is a good actor in the day. He's not really lost a beat. He's still playing the Doctor. He's doing it very well. Rob Ricardo is a talented actor. And I think I'd miss him if he wasn't in the show. But yeah, it's just a gimmick. It's as simple as that. It's just a gimmick. He's just taking a gig, Kate Mulgrew's been like, she wants to come back for another thing and all that kind of stuff. And I'm just like, why couldn't you give us the Captain Worf series 10 years ago?
Well, Kate Mulgrew did Prodigy, and voiced Prodigy.
She was a hologram, wasn't she?
She was initially, yeah. She was really good, and I recommend you watch it, mate. I know it's not available for streaming anywhere at the minute.
I shall find it.
There'll be ways to watch it, and I would recommend it.
God, the Man of Steel.
Yeah.
I will find him! No, I will because it's not like loads of it. If it's a kids show, it's going to be real easy to watch.
They're 25-minute episodes. They're not long, and
I'll watch it to cleanse Starfleet Academy out of my brain.
You'd need something a bit stronger.
How bad was that episode of Starfleet Academy? Right, that's going to need 5 episodes of Prodigy. I'll get through it in no time.
Take 5 episodes of Prodigy and call me in the morning. So this episode had a bit more of the Doctor in it. It was okay. His dialogue wasn't too bad when it was accurate. And Robert Picardo did a reasonable job. The kids weren't too insufferable. We had minimal Sam spaz out.
It was really toned down.
Massively toned down.
Swearing and that kind of stuff. I mean, when I review the episode, probably tomorrow now, I haven't been able to get around to it. I've been busy. I went to see Primate today.
Right.
The mad chimp. When I get around to reviewing it, I don't think I'm going to be able to use my normal thing of taking points off the shield of the Enterprise, because they're not swearing every 5 minutes.
No.
So I think I'm just going to have to cover the episode in a completely different way, unfortunately. Which is fine, because I'm sure we'll be back to stupid japes next week.
I think we'll be crying.
It felt very different, this episode. It really did. And as I said on the old Discord, that's why I had to check it was the same writers. I was like, doesn't feel like it, you know? It feels like a completely different person, like a grown-up wrote this one.
I said that at the beginning of my review that it feels like this episode literally is the parents coming, or the grown-ups coming in to check on the kids who are pissing about in the classroom, and everybody sort of sits down and sits quietly. Oh shit, she's here. Shh, shh, shh. And then
here's a pen.
Yeah.
Writing properly.
Yeah, and then they'll close the door, and then it'll be the next episode, and they'll be freaking fucking about again.
It wouldn't surprise. I mean, because we've been subjected to such awful stuff, and it is a low bar. It's a bar that only a cockroach can limbo under. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Barely.
It is an improvement. I can't deny. I can't say it's as bad as it was, because it isn't. There's stuff in it that is very odd, like giving Jaden, name Jaden. I love the way he goes, it means those who walk through fire. Klingon dictionary. It fucking doesn't. Annoying. But yeah, I mean, it is an improvement, and there's big problems with it. Like they do this whole woke thing of giving him 2 dads and a mum or something. I'm like, what? I'm
uncertain where they were going with that.
Yeah, it's all very odd and just doesn't really need to be. But you know what? I like the dynamic between him and his brother. I thought that was good.
Yeah.
I did think it was highly convenient. The first piece of Starfleet technology they got was an invitation to Starfleet Academy.
A little on the nose there.
A little bit, you know. But I did think that dynamic was good, and I got that dynamic. I mean, I don't understand why they can't heal each other when dermal regenerators have been a thing for God knows how many centuries. But, you know, there were some ideas there that were badly executed, but, you know, there was merit there.
It felt like the most Star Trek episode that they could have done so far.
Yeah, I think it is. It is the one that just...
It's the closest that they've got.
Yeah, it really is. It really, really is. And I think I apply that to Kurtzman Trek in general.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, because it felt like, okay, we are having a debate about philosophy.
Yeah.
About opinions, about perspectives, and about cultures. And I was like, I'd forgotten about this. Now, don't get me wrong, the next generation would have done this 1,000 times better.
Yeah.
1,000 times better. But it was just like, wow. I'd forgotten it could do this, and I wish it'd done it better, a lot better. But it was something. And
again, I will say this to everybody out there, if it wasn't clear enough in the video. I am not saying this was a good episode. I am saying this is less shit than what we got before. Does not mean I'm suddenly on the bandwagon. Or I said it's pointing in the right direction. Mm-hmm. I didn't say it's going in the right direction. I said it's literally just gone, okay, we'll adjust.
I mean, I'm not praising it. It doesn't deserve praise.
No.
But it is notably a different tone. It really is.
Yeah.
They have cut down on the dudes and the bros. I think Caden calls somebody a moron at one point. But there's a few moments of character interaction where I was like, okay, I there's something there. So no, it's not good. Starfleet Academy is not good. I don't think Starfleet Academy will ever be good.
No.
I said in my video, if I was Paramount, I wouldn't bother releasing Series 2.
No, absolutely.
Whatever
Willow that.
I know it's not, but whatever post-production work needs doing or whatever like that, I would just write it off.
Yeah, just say, right, stop what you're doing. Batgirl it, Willow it, get it gone.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I didn't hate it, and as I said, I can't even destroy the the Enterprise of this episode.
No.
You know, my main problem with this episode, honestly, this is the truth. My main problem with this episode is it was boring. These episodes are an hour long.
Yeah.
And oh man, did it drag! Like, because every now I pause the screen to take screenshots every now and again, and I was like, I'm actually enjoying watching it this way.
Yeah.
It's really like it drags and it drags and it drags and everything's so slow. You know, as I said, Next Generation would have got this all out of the way with 45 minutes time for breaks.
And more succinctly.
That was my main issue with it. It was boring and not a lot happens, but there were philosophical discussions.
Yeah.
That was there. I can't say it wasn't. It was clumsy. It was still crude and new Trek-ish.
Yeah.
They were there, and that was a welcome surprise.
They went a few levels deeper than they usually do, and I can say that I appreciated it, but
yeah,
it's like a kid that's really trying, not getting very far.
Yeah. Isn't it? It's like we'll put this one on the fridge, and this one might have to stay on the fridge and not go in the bin.
This macaroni picture is first going on the fridge. All yours are macaroni pictures where you have failed every single time. They must go in the bin.
I mean, it's still very touchy feely, literally.
Yeah, inappropriately.
Jaden and Jaden, I was like, are they actually going to kiss? I was like, no. Jaden's saving himself for Kyle. They've made that quite clear.
Oh my god, that bit was weird. And it was like a Klingon chant, wasn't it?
It was like, is this foreplay? That's changed in 1,000 years.
If they were lateral, they may as well have been saying in pure Klingon, light as a feather, stiff as a board, light as a feather, stiff as a board.
That's from
Craft, wasn't it? Was it Craft?
Or Craft? One of those. Yeah, one of those.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I kind of got it. I kind of got that Darren wanted to help and everything like that, but it was very gay. It wasn't just me, was it? It was very gay.
It was possibly the gayest thing I've seen since Discovery. Not that I'm not attacking gay culture or anything, but it's
not at all. But it was.
It's somewhat jarring when it's a Klingon.
It was very charged. It was very very charged.
Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, I did think there was.
I think there was a prelude to potential. That.
Do you think we're going to get going forward? Do you think we're going to get an episode on each character? Because that's how it's feeling at the moment. We've had a Durham episode. We've had this Jaden episode now. You know, obviously we're going to move on. Sam presumably is going to get an episode at some point.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like that's the way we're going, and then maybe it'll wrap up with a two-parter that's just awful or something.
Well, look, I mean, one thing you can say is so far it's been episodic.
Yeah, I mean, the whole Caleb looking for his mum thing didn't even feature him.
It's fizzled out. So yeah, we'll get to that later.
Yeah, I mean, like, his new mum basically okay, and that just seems to be it. So, yeah, and I mean, I don't particularly like Jaden. I don't like the idea. I mean, the idea of a Pacific Klingon has been done before.
Yeah.
It was done in the Next Generation.
They did it with Worf in Picard Season 3. And it actually worked to a degree.
Yeah, exactly.
But he was still capable. He was still capable of doing it.
Jaden's just a pussy. I hate to say it, but Jaden's just a pussy. You know?
He is. I do not want to fight.
Yeah.
But I like blood in my food.
Yeah, I thought you won't eat pepperoni.
Yeah.
I was like, Jade, I am pretty sure you are into a bit of salami, mate. Don't you worry.
I'll tell you something, mate. That was absolutely uncanny. No, I will not eat the pepperoni. It's like, you do realise General Martok would have freaking eaten your head by now.
He's very, very effeminate, and it is extremely jarring.
Mm-hmm.
you know, he makes Alexander look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He really does. You know? Especially when you see Alexander grow up. And again, Alexander was as annoying as hell, don't get me wrong. He was really annoying. Not a great character. But when you see that episode where he's trying to be a Klingon, and he's on the ship with his father, and he's trying to find his way. He's trying to find his identity. Much as Worf had struggled with his identity.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah,
James
it was. Yeah. And the decimation of the Klingon culture, and they feel they have the right to do this, okay, because they set it so far in the future that no, species would have changed, and Klingons would have evolved, and everyone survived the burn, and it was so terrible, and that's fine. But I said this at the very beginning when Discovery went so far into the future. If you change the fundamentals of Star Trek species, the way that they behave, who they are, and you change them so drastically, so quickly, you are fundamentally altering the core of their identity. Ergo, nobody recognizes them.
No, they are unrecognizable as Klingons.
Yeah. As the Ferengi are unrecognizable. Now, you've seen a Ferengi in Discovery and in Academy, and there's no spoken lines. There's no indication as to
what by avarice or anything like that.
Exactly. Where their culture, where they ended up. Did Rom lead them into a new era for Ferengi?
Do they still have Grand Naguses?
Yeah, exactly. No. What are the did the Ferengi profit at all from the burn? How did the economics work out? No, nothing like that. It's literally just, hey, look, there's a Ferengi sort of 25% different.
25% different to a Ferengi. Yeah, exactly. And this was the thing that really upset me about the Cheron. And the thing is, I said about the Cheron being there, and people were just like, oh, look, this could have happened, this could happen, this could happen. It was like, they're like, use your imagination. They were saying the transporter function made replicators steam out a load of smoke, which has never happened at any point or anything like that, because that's not how that works. And they were just like, oh, use your imagination. She could have changed that, on the settings. And I was like, you can't just tell me to use my imagination to explain away shitty writing. No. There's a difference between implicit and explicit narrative.
Yeah.
You have to show me something. You don't have to necessarily show me explicitly her doing it, but you have to make a reference to it. I don't have to extrapolate your plot to make it make sense. And they were like this with the Sharons. I was like, there's so many ways the Sharons could have come back, And I was like, yeah, but you don't understand. It's not the fact that the Sharons have come back. It's what it means to let that be your last battlefield. It completely destroys that episode and the poignancy of it.
It invalidates everything that came before.
Everything.
And yeah, look, the Sharons. You want to feature them as an Easter egg? Go ahead, because you do it with everything else, right? You feature, you are like nostalgia Trek.
Oh God! I mean, there was an exocom at one point, wasn't there? And I was like, oh, they haven't involved in 1,000 years either.
Oh, it's like, oh yeah, oh they got a paint job, yay!
Yeah. They're coming right now.
Yeah, and okay, you got the Sharons. Now you had them in Section 31, that god awful, absolute Frankenstein of a movie that actually needed to release character bios on their characters because they couldn't write it into the fucking film in the first place.
Oh, really? I did. I Section 31 has still not been beaten. That is still the worst thing ever to come out of Star Trek.
Yeah, Academy's not there yet.
Nope. I genuinely do not think Academy can get there.
Really?
I don't think anything can be worse than that stupid Irish alien that was piloting a Vulcan robot.
I am so angry right now. And I'm sorry, but there was a Sharon in that, okay? And it was just like, okay, seriously, you want to have your drinks? I'm going to go get your drinks already.
You didn't rebuild the race.
No, no, you didn't. And look, I want to move on slightly to the Femhadar, because
Yes.
I had a random thought there with the Sharons. What if they were genetically engineered or anything like that? They were brought back from extinction? Whatever, you can make up whatever excuses. The Femhadar. Now, in this episode, it delves a little deeper into how things came about. The Dominion freed the Jem'Hadar, and no doubt programmed them to be able to procreate as part of their freedom package, literally. But so far, the Femhadar has had little moments that have not necessarily impressed me, but have not disappointed me the way that it usually does with her. In this episode, she behaves like a grown-up. And she has quite a nice moment in this episode.
She does. Yeah, she does. I'll give her credit for that.
She seems to have been...
I still don't think she can act.
No. And
I think it's very obvious that Junior Yashir is a loud feminist comedian.
Yes.
Very, very obvious.
Yeah, and
no,
it was like that when she was on the Mock of the Week as well.
You know, I mean, was she on that? I had no idea. What makes me funny about this is you've got the Klingons who've been completely neutered. They're these soft, poor refugees now. They're obviously a migrant allegory.
Just like the Romulans.
Yeah. She acts more like a Klingon than they do.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And she's not.
I mean, like, what? She's saying, she's quoting things like it's a good day to die or something like that. They didn't. They're meant to be Klingons. She's only half Klingon. She's more Klingon than they are.
I want to rip my enemy's heart out their chest and eat it for breakfast.
One thing that has definitely changed in the last 1,000 years, Klingons have invented dentists.
Yeah, they have. They have. They don't sharpen their teeth anymore.
But no, again, it's softening them down. They don't look feral. They don't look savage. No. What they look now is like a ethnically distinct human with a little bit of this.
Yeah, exactly. And, the thing is, I always harken back to Nog's moment with General Martok, where he's standing up to him. Now, imagine yourself. You are the size of Aaron Eisenberg. Okay?
Rest in peace.
May he rest in peace. Legend of a guy. Loved him to bits, him and his character. You are his size, and you are up against J.G. Hertzler's Martok. Just filming that scene, regardless of in universe or not, I would be absolutely cacking it, because the Klingons looked like a race that you did not want to mess with. That they would rip you limb from limb. They had the strength, they had the presence, they had the height, they had the muscle, they had the exoskeleton. Klingons have an exoskeleton, for crying out loud.
Yeah, exactly, like Klingons are nails.
Yeah, the primordial Klingon.
Built to kill, conquer, and survive.
The primordial Klingon version of War from Genesis, for God's sake.
Because I like spiders, so I didn't care about
that was just terrifying.
It's like just plated alien type thing, wasn't it?
Imagine getting a headbutt from that. It literally cave your head in. The point is, everybody in classic Trek avoided the Klingons if they didn't need to speak to them. It's like, Klingons, hello, thank you. But here, the Klingons are just like, especially, I don't think you saw the Strange New Worlds one with Murder and Benga and the Klingon ambassador. Even that Klingon ambassador starts crying. It's like, why? Why are you crying? You're a Klingon.
Yeah. You see, that's one of the things that really upset me with the musical thing. I was like, they're all stupid musical songs and everything.
Pop bands.
If the Klingons could have at least done a bit of Klingon opera, I would have given
I said exactly the same thing in my review.
2% of a point.
Yeah.
But they're doing some boy band now. I was just like, you just just fuck off.
If you knew
You know
anything,
what I mean?
if you knew anything about the world of Star Trek, that episode could have been a complete success. Now, a lot of people compared it to the Buffy musical. The Buffy musical was brilliant. It was
Star
absolutely.
Trek is Buffy. I know they're trying to make it Buffy.
No, it's not. But the concept worked within Buffy because Buffy earned it. It got a lot of goodwill from the fans. It earned the right to do that. Secondly, the world of Buffy is mystical. It's magical. Okay,
Yeah.
it's not scientific. It's magical.
Yeah,
You can explain it away a lot better. Strange New Worlds literally boiled it down to its simplest form and called it the musical dimension.
That's a lack of imagination, isn't it? That's what happens when you don't have sci-fi writers writing sci-fi.
Yeah. Oh, the musical dimension. And so, oh, okay. So we're crossing into a dimension, and it's just all music.
I mean,
What?
in this upcoming series, they're Muppets, aren't they?
Now,
There's an episode where they're
we
Muppets.
don't know for sure if it's going to be all of them being Muppets or just Pike, like Angel was turned into a puppet. We don't know if it's going to be just Pike. I don't know. I've only seen Pike as a Muppet. Now, we did see the SpongeBob gimmick.
All respect to Anson Mount, we won't be able to tell the difference.
Yeah, probably not.
Totally wasted in that role. I'm sorry.
So what's going to be the scientific explanation for them all turning into Jim Henson puppets?
Science is the last thing on their minds. It really is.
Well, sir, the matter conversion turned your nerves into fibers, and then your eyes into buttons, and we just don't know what the hell
And now
happened.
somebody's hands up your ass. Sorry.
And I'm sorry, but you're gonna have Pelia there in the background going,
I'm sorry, I don't know what happened, sir, but I can tell you now, it's gonna be like I was doing LSD.
Yeah. I
pathetic.
watched one season of Strange Worlds, and you know what? For the first couple of episodes, I was like, wow, they might have something here.
Mm-hmm.
They genuinely might have something here. And it just went.
I said in episode 1, mate, they missed the point, and I got shit for it. 11,000 views, the most views my channel has ever gotten on one video.
Nice.
And I said they missed the mark, they missed the point. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. And the first season was pretty much the highlight, and then the second season just fell off a cliff. The third season hoisted it back up and then dropped it off the cliff again. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The third season, mate.
There was that episode where they all got turned to like medieval characters, and Pike was playing like the biggest pussy on the planet, and Ortega was running around as a knight or something, and I was like, no. And I watched the finale where they brought Kirk in, and that was all crap with teleporting spaceships and stuff. And I was like, no, I'm out. I'm done. I can see where this is going, and there's nothing.
I think the biggest insult was the one with where they were basically taking the piss out of Star Trek and Gene Roddenberry and disrespecting the memory of Gene Roddenberry.
Is that in the first series?
That was third season.
Oh, right, okay. I've never seen it.
Oh,
No.
trust me, you don't want to. It'll offend you.
Make me angry like that when bloody Tig Notaro tells Gene to keep mopping up a dead human off of the engineering deck.
Yeah.
Star Trek.
Yeah, that's Star Trek, everyone. That's what we're here for, apparently. And if we don't like it, we never got the memo on Star Trek in the first place. That is the single most insulting thing that they've ever said to us as fans.
Nobody understands. I mean, everybody's like, "Oh, Star Trek's always been woke." No, it hasn't.
No.
You absolute cretin. It was progressive.
Aggressive. Thank you.
There is a big difference between those two things.
Mm-hmm.
Progressive presents you a view. It leaves you to make your own mind up. It just presents you with information. It just presents it in a futuristic perspective.
It
Woke.
explored.
You will. This.
Your passion is killing the microphone. I love it. Discord's got the sort of buffer. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right.
Very, very. I do get very passionate about Star Trek.
And so do I, mate. Yeah.
actually stopped Georgia absolutely right when they killed off Hemmer, and he was the only character I actually liked.
We loved it. We were big fans of Hemmer on this channel, I can tell you.
Retroactively turned the Gorn into
Aliens.
Xenon.
Yeah,
Aliens. No, dumb. Sorry. Yeah.
Mate, if you get the chance, and then this is not me promoting me stuff, but if you want to know what happens in the episode, just go back and watch my reviews. I reviewed them all, and I can tell you now.
I caught a few of your reviews throughout the seasons. They don't always get presented to me, but no, I've seen a few, and it convinced me that I made the right choice.
Yeah, you definitely dodged a bullet there.
Yeah, and it's such a shame because I mean there is potential there. But I knew we were in trouble as soon as every single bugger started turning up on the ship apart from Kirk.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yep, Scotty, he was always there. They were always there. Spock, they were always there. Hang on. Like, how did Kirk get the ship? Because I always assumed that he got a new command with a new crew and stuff. I was like, well... And for me, it was exactly the same as... I never watched the whole thing, and the reason I'll let you know now is Gotham, the Batman prequel, where I got to this... I watched the first episode, and I got to the stage where Catwoman, Selena Kyle, is hiding in the shadows when Bruce's parents got murdered. And I was like, no, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out. You can't keep tying all these characters from the past. It is okay to just introduce a character out of nowhere. That's fine. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't need to know that all these connections were made because you're just going to tie yourself up in knots. And then you lose the believability and that word beginning with V that I'm not going to say after a couple of beers.
Well, the thing is, we watched Gotham all the way through. And season 5 was obviously just a waste. It was a waste. But
I didn't know 5, to be fair. I don't know.
Season. I think I really liked some of the actors that came on board to play some of the characters.
It had was it Pertwee as Alfred?
Yes, Sean Pertwee.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh yeah, phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal.
You have to sell the ex-military side of it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Great. I thought it was a great show, but it got to a point where both me and Danger Wife were sitting there going, "Really?
Yeah,
you're going to?"
That's what I figured.
It's just trying to weave this tapestry.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was saying. It's going to weave itself in knots, and you're going to be like, "They were there all along."
And Gotham felt almost incestuous. You know what I mean? Because everyone's so close. You know. It's like a small town in England where everybody knows everybody else, you know.
One of Batman's arch villains turns up and goes, "You gave me an STD."
That's right. Well, Master Bruce, turns out I am related to you after all.
yeah. I mean, it's a new angle, I guess, but I didn't need it.
No, it didn't. It didn't enrich too much. To be honest with you, and much in the same way Strange New Worlds didn't enrich the Star Trek universe. Now, I'm a big fan of Enterprise. I love Enterprise.
I retroactively love Enterprise.
Yes.
So I had big problems with Enterprise, and then I saw the Kurtzman Trek, and then I went back and watched Enterprise, and I was like, I have judged you too harshly.
Yeah, perhaps I was too eager in my opinion.
Infinity still sucks.
Now, as far as I'm concerned, Enterprise did a hell of a job tying the loose threads of Star Trek. It did a superb job. It had its moments, it had its problems, of course it did. And there's that saying, and it has certainly had its problems, but it did have its issues. It had its poor episodes like any other Star Trek show. But when it hit its stride with the Xindi arc, I thought it was fucking super.
I thought the Xindi arc went on too long.
Yes.
I did think it dragged out. But no, it was very good. I mean, I'm going to try and say it. What Enterprise had, again, Kurtzman Trek has completely failed, is verisimilitude.
Yes.
I'm getting good at that.
You're getting good at that.
It felt like the Federation taking their first steps.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like that. They weren't friends with the Vulcans. There was a lot of conflict there. You had the Andorians were a bigger part of it.
Yeah.
It felt like the very beginning of setting something up. And in that aspect, even though some of the stories weren't great, because they really were running out of ideas and they had to reuse a lot of plots and things like that, it nailed that feeling of it. It feels cohesive.
Yeah.
The NX-1 feels like a submarine. You know?
Yes, it
feels
does.
primitive.
Internally,
Everything's sort of
externally.
analog, and like the warp core is, you know, it just feels like a submarine. And the characters weren't terrible. It took a while for Malcolm to, I mean, not to hate him, but he got there. And I would have loved to have seen the refit, if I'm being honest. But unfortunately, the damage had been done by then.
The Drexler fit,
It looks so much better compared to anything that. I mean, you know, as much as I've said I don't mind lower decks, Enterprise just blows it out of the water with what it's going for. And I remember there's that episode. I don't exactly remember. I think it's got to do something to ritual killings or something. And Trip is trying to save a woman.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah.
I don't exactly remember because it has been a while since I watched Enterprise. I would have watched it very early on when Discovery came out, when I was being brutalized by Michael Burnham. But I was like, yeah, that's Star Trek, and it was very apparent to me that wasn't present in Discovery. That just wasn't there.
No.
So yeah, I mean, Enterprise, yeah. So you're saying you loved it, but no, I grew to appreciate it absolutely.
Well, see, I bought it all on VHS. I had the one on VHS and back in 2001. Bought the first season and I loved it. I thought the thing that impressed me the most is how they were able to bridge again our time period with early space missions, to the something you're not familiar with in Star Trek really when you're talking about the Federation, Starfleet, and all that. It's the little things that made me smile. It's the fact that they still have doors, you know, doors that they open up. And they still have, and the admirals are wearing ties. And the technology isn't leaps and bounds ahead.
They don't have universal translators.
No, they have Hoshisato. Oh, bless RNT and said another super chat. Thank you very much, Jaden. Today is a good day to cry.
I cannot. It's like I can't believe that they called him Jaden. I was like, what? No,
Jaden.
I must have misheard that. Jaden, like really? And then it was like when the girl was like, "Oh, my name's Genesis Life." Genesis. Forbidden.
Yeah, I had to put that in. I had to put that into my review.
I thought I had the clip, but I couldn't find it anywhere. But I was just like Genesis Life.
Genesis Life, yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, no, I've downloaded some kind of like fake version or something. That'd be right.
Yeah, Temu Trek, yeah. Hello again, Guna. It's good to have you here, my friend. If you want to join in, please come on in. We're loving this. Right? We are literally talking Trek.
I love talking Trek. I could tell the drinker was getting fucked off of me yesterday. He was like, in the messages, he was like, "Oh, we're going to discuss Trek Academy, but only in a very meta sense."
Oh yeah. That's what you think, mate.
We were meant to talk about He-Man Masters of the Universe trailer. We never got around to it. I am never going back on the open bar. I should never have gone on the Star Trek episode. What was I thinking?
Yeah. Oh, the thing is though, the drink has been doing this long enough. You know, and he seems like such a true gent. I'm sure he completely understands, and you know. I think live streams never really go to plan. This one hasn't. We were supposed to talk about Academy. We ended up talking about Star Trek that we love, and that's all I really want to do. On
my channel, I would rather talk about good stuff. I really would.
Yeah. And I came to this realization a few months ago, well before Christmas, somewhere in the summer, I think, where I just said I've had enough. I said to the wife, I said, I've had enough of staying in the darkness and being amongst all this negativity. I want to start being kinder to things. I want to start being kinder to myself, and treating myself with respect, and watching something that I'm actually going to enjoy. And this is
because the negative stuff does get the clicks.
Yes, it does.
It does get the clicks, and I kind of hate that it gets the clicks, because I would much rather spend an hour talking about something that I love, because I do get really passionate and I get really into it. Really into it, because I'm fucking autistic, basically. So I hyperfixate on something, let's talk about nothing else.
I'm hyper-focused.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean, I make no apologies for that. I am who I am. If I'm not right for the open bar, I'm not right for the open bar, man. You know, I will say that I am having a blast talking Trek with you tonight, man. It's so
mate,
cool.
This has been so much fun, and it's been so refreshing. I absolutely love it. And
I step out of bounds, then just point a phaser at me or something, you know.
It's mate. This is an open forum. Like I say, open bar is open bar.
Yeah.
I listened to and watched yesterday's installment, and I didn't see a damn bit of difference between this and other open bars. It's just a bunch of guys getting together having a laugh. Now you're gonna have your negative ninnies who are gonna be like, "Oh my ears, he shouts so much." It's like, well, turn it down then. And oh, he's so, he's constantly interrupting everyone. It's like, but hold on a minute. They do that to each other all the time. It's part of natural conversation. And
what I did was, if somebody was saying something and I started and they carried on, I was the one who stopped.
Yeah, and that's generally what happens.
That's what I very much try to do, because I am partly aware of it.
But it's not.
As I interrupt you, sorry about that.
It's right. At the end of the day, it's not the end of the world, and I can tell the drinker had fun with it, and I didn't hear any negativity from anybody. I didn't get the vibe of any negativity, and I've seen open bars where the drinker and Mauler have been at each other's throats, not in a nasty way, but certainly in a heated way. Didn't get any of that. You seem to be.
I enjoyed myself. Little platoon there, incredibly intelligent chap.
Yeah, you can tell as well.
Very well spoken. I mean, he is one smart cookie.
Yeah.
You've got Drinker, incredibly articulate at what he does. Very good, obviously,
Great
writer.
Yeah.
Mauler, the long man, who didn't actually have so much to say because we weren't hitting his subject so much.
Yeah.
And then you have Despot, who's great and very to the point, and again also brings. And then you've got me, that's like some mad, uncontained. Jack in the box.
Yeah, I suppose. As a sarcastic juxtaposition to everybody else, you're sitting there going, "I like Star Trek. I like Star Trek. I like Star Trek," and that's exactly how I'd be, my friend. This is just like, it's. I emailed the drinker back when I first started on YouTube. I saying, look, I know that you bring random people in. I'm just trying my luck. If you want, I'd love to come on, do a happy hour with you, talking about a film story. I just love conversation. He actually replied to me as well, and he said,
Nice.
Basically, to summarize, he basically said, "I ain't got the fucking time, mate. But good luck with the channel, and good luck with love that you're so
about
passionate."
How many requests he gets. There's a lot of there's a lot of people out there on Twitter who don't accept direct messages.
Yeah,
you just can't message. No, I've got nothing but time for Will the drinker. He just seems like a really nice bloke. I was hoping that, because what happened was I actually got the link really late to join it. We were in 30 seconds later.
Wow.
And then he left right afterwards because I'd made the stream last so long. We didn't have time to chat or anything like that to get like a breakdown of what his thoughts were, or anything like that. So I sent him a little message on Twitter. I was like, "Dude, I'm sorry for like over talking and stuff." And he was like, "I said, look, I'll try to be more mindful if you ever invite me again." He gave me the thumbs up kind of like emoji type thing. But he's a busy guy. I mean, I appreciated the effort. And at the end of the day, all I can hope that I do anywhere I go, and this is the problem. This is another problem with being autistic. Is unfortunately, I don't know how to pretend, which means I don't know how to behave, which means that what you get is me, all the time. I don't know how to turn it down. So if that's not right for the open bar, that's fair enough. I'm far from the most professional YouTuber that you will ever see.
Well, isn't that the whole point of YouTube? And I keep making this point, mate. YouTube is called YouTube for a reason. It started out as our platform. Platform for the common man, the man who's going to sit there and go and fuck up his words and not be professional and have heated debates. And this is not television.
No, yeah. I mean, I like the personal touch, and it was again Maya Burnett, I think, who said that authenticity is the currency of the future.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's all you can hope for, is that what you do, you might have a reduced audience because you're not pleasing everybody.
No.
But all you can hope for is that you do get an audience, and that audience appreciates what you are doing. And to me, that's more important than having loads and loads of subscribers, half of which just come on your channel to tell you that you're a wanker or something like that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I will. If I ever get invited back, I'll maybe take some sedatives or something.
It just tranquilizes. 10 cc's of chloroform, nurse. No, at the end of the day, mate. With regards to my channel, I don't care if it grows. I'm not here for that. If it does, fantastic. I'm not actively doing anything.
Well, you've got yourself a nice monetized stage, haven't you?
Yes. And
that's the main threshold that most people want to get to.
Yeah.
That's where my Warhammer channel is, for example.
Yeah.
I do not make a lot of money on it.
No, nor do I.
I haven't even crossed the threshold for payment yet, and it got monetized like last year. But and the YouTube bubble has absolutely burst. If you want to get money, then you need to do some AI bollocks or film yourself running into a wall 10 times, because apparently people like that.
Yeah.
This kind of thing is not going to make. If you're the drinker, then yes, it will make money. But channels of our size, you've just got to hope that people appreciate what you do, and you do for the love of it.
And I think people here, in this little community that I have, I value all of them. Because you see them come back every week in the chat.
Community. That is the word.
It is community. It is community. And this is my little community. And I love my community. In Discord, I love every one of you. I think you're all great. And this channel has had a journey. I've spoken to and had conversations with a Star Trek director and Pixar animator. Something I never thought I'd do in my life. And the man is giving up his time to speak to me and message me. And it's so heartwarming that he's got the time to do that. And it's given me open doors to meet Clayton, to meet and chat with Clayton Rumley, a great author from Canada. I've befriended 3D animators, people who are creating Star Trek material, authors, artists. Hell, even one of my subscriber bakes and sticks pictures in my Discord, and she's going to get her own section, I think. Alia, you're out there. I know you're the master baker. Baker. But
that joke got chucked in Starfleet Academy. That was so.
Yes. Yeah. And that's all they can do, right? Okay. They just write like children because they are children. Or they're trying to be children.
Yeah, I like most of an open bar. It's like that Steve Buscemi meme, isn't it?
Yeah.
How do you do, fellow kids? Or fellow young people. Yeah. The thing is, young people don't care about Star Trek. They care about TikTok. They care about streamers and like Mars, like the stupid streamers and game streamers and that kind of stuff. Like Star Wars, like so many IPs before it, they hated or coveted a new audience, thinking they could never lose the old one. And it doesn't work that way. Unfortunately, you have driven away the core audience of Star Trek. And as I did my video, there's 3 types of people that will defend to the hilt. You've got the normies, you've got the ardent defenders, and you've got the SGW slaves that will support something just because it espouses their perspective or their ideology. But the people that you had that like Star Trek, for the most part, are gone. And if they've gone anywhere, they've gone to the Orville.
Yeah.
And
TOE
it's a
toy.
shame because everybody's done the same. But all the franchises have made the same mistake, every single one. And you could have done it in years. You know, you could have made it a generational thing. You could have made Star Trek that the grown-ups liked and showed to their kids, and then the kids grow up on it, and then they do the same thing.
Star Trek has never needed an access show. Star Trek was the access show. I started watching the original series when I was fucking 5 years old. 5 years of age, and I was watching it. Yes, I didn't understand all the highbrow storylines and deeper themes of the episode.
Bright colours, you had spaceships, you had little face.
Exactly.
You watch Star Trek
Technology,
now,
it was
it's so
fascinating.
dark and miserable. It's not even visually appealing.
No, it's not. It's sterile, bland, and ridiculous. And
You know.
you never needed to introduce Star Trek to kids through a kids show. You showed them Star Trek, and it never talked down to its audience. It elevated its audience.
I learned from Star Trek.
Yeah.
I probably learned as much from Star Trek as I did from school.
About
In all
science,
honesty.
technology, vocabulary,
How to treat people, how to behave,
morality, ethics. It's
Exactly.
all there.
philosophy, all of it.
Yeah.
And I don't know what you can learn from Star Trek these days apart from how to make a really bad TV show.
Absolutely. And welcome to Guna. As I also say a big thank you to ROTZ for another super chat. I am not the master baker. I am the master baker's son, and I keep on master baking till the master baker comes. Say that 3 times fast.
I can give it a go, but I'm going to get you shut down.
Guna, my friend, how are you? It's great to have you here.
Hey, hello. Thank you for having me on this late hour. Hi, Spider Lord. Is it Spider Lord? Good to meet you.
I go by many names. I am. Actually, you know what? It's actually a true story here. My middle name is legally Spider Lord.
Wow. We'll call you Spider Lord.
You are pulling my wooden leg.
I'm not. So the reason for that is I've got loads of tarantulas just there. Like there are loads of tarantulas there. But I do a YouTube channel. It's defunct at the moment, but I'm going to be bringing it back and finishing it, called Spider Lord TV, which is an educational spider channel.
Nice.
Because there was all this like very bad press going around about false widows and all that kind of stuff. It was mainly up by the press because the press are wankers. And I was trying to diffuse all of that. I was basically trying to say, this is all bollocks. They're fine. Don't worry about them. And show that. Like my very first video, I do this like big like talk about false widows and stuff and all that kind of stuff. And then at the end of the video, I turn over my hand, and I've got a false widow in my fist. And
Wow.
it's done nothing because they don't. If you don't hurt them or make them bite you, they won't bite you. They have no interest in it. And yeah, Spider Lord TV. And what happened was I changed my name on Facebook, but they did this thing where you had to have legal like ID to change your name, and they were being real dicks over it. So because I was a good 15 years ago now, I suppose, I just changed it by default. I just that thing quid. Because my middle name was Stuart anyway, so I didn't even have to change my signature. I was like, you know what? I will change my middle name to Spider Lord. So my real name is Alan Spider Lord Ward.
No way.
Yeah, it's genuinely the case. So yeah, I've got that channel, which is my first channel. I've got Grumpy Grognard Gaming, which is my Warhammer channel. And then I've got Critic Owl, which is the one where I pretend to be a critic.
Love it.
Yeah. Keeps me busy. What can I say? How you doing, Goonie? You all right?
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm just sorry I wasn't on earlier, but I caught the last 10-15 minutes of what you've been saying, so it's really interesting. And well done to you for appearing on the Open Bar. Brilliant. Nice one.
Thank you. Yeah, hopefully I haven't completely destroyed things. I've spent the entire day hyperfixating on what because I do this in social situations anyway. I get carried away when I talk to people. I'm like blah 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 because I can't do small talk. But you get me talking about a subject that I like, and you'll never shut me up.
Yeah.
Then the next day I'm always like, was I just a complete fucking twat? I just convinced myself I was. So I've been doing that for the bar. But he put a clip up earlier, and I watched that clip, and I was like, oh, I didn't seem too bad. So,
No,
yeah.
fine, absolutely brilliant. I think sometimes you do think that you think, oh God, what did I say and how did I do? But actually, when you're just speaking naturally and it's not scripted and it's just completely improvised and utterly organic, I think that's the best way. It's the best.
I don't know. I don't know how to be anybody else. I've not met Mauler, so I don't know if he is as well spoken. You know, maybe even Little Platoon in real life is just like, well, he's got a Cockney accent or something. You know? He just basically sounds like Dick Van Dyke.
Hello.
Even the drinker, I can tell you, is more softly spoken in real life. He is.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pretend. I don't. So you just get me. I'm sorry if you don't like it. That's all
I think
I
that's the best way. I actually think that's the best way. Just be yourself. Why be anyone else? I think that's the most important lesson in life. Just be yourself.
Yeah, like I said, I think it was Robert Burnett said authenticity is the currency of the future, and fingers crossed. I mean, you know, we all think we have something to say. We all love the subject. It's as simple as that, and with luck, people appreciate what we have to say and get some value from it, and that's all you can offer. You know, that's it. You present what you've got, and if people like it, they like it. And if they don't, they don't. And as I've always said, if I ever get to the stage where I've got more videos and subscribers, then I will shut down the channel.
Yeah.
It's that simple. So yeah, just do what I do.
I
have never played D&D. I've never played an RPG. Believe that? Yeah, I've been doing like wargaming and model making for 30 years. I've never played an RPG because again, I don't know how to pretend and put myself into a character, so I've always avoided it.
Nice.
There you go. Anyway, back to Star Trek.
Right. Yeah. So Guna, I'm going to give the floor to you for a for a time because I want to get your thoughts on this episode.
Episode 4. Yeah.
Episode 4. Okay.
Okay.
And then we'll have a good geek out over great Star Trek. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I'll look forward to that because that's more interesting. By far. My thoughts. Okay, so I saw your review and I thought you were fair. I do get on board with your analysis that it was the best of the quartet thus far. But for me, I will still say yes. It's probably the most nicely fragranced in a garbage can of the 4. I would say.
Yeah.
Because it's still, in my opinion, garbage. I really do believe that. I maybe I'm being biased now because it's got my back up right from the get go. So it's difficult to now suddenly do a U-turn and fall in love with it. I just can't because I'm just going to be like Spider Lord said. Just be real. Just be yourself. I don't like it. So my thoughts on it were, I think, this whole thing about this debate that's going on. Firstly, Caleb, is it? Caleb,
Yeah.
Someone who's been on the run. I think I alluded to this last time where how did he learn all these special skills? How does he know how to manipulate a computer console and be able to do this and work out programmable, whatever it was, matter, whatever it was, and get
endless MacGuffin that can make anything.
When you've been locked up and on the run in prisons, and have you learned to? And as I said, even if you have raw talent, raw intelligence, raw skill, you still have to practice your trade. And if you haven't got the means to practice, how do you do it? And all of a sudden, you just turn up on a starship, a state-of-the-art starship, which looks like a comm badge, and you can do these things. It doesn't make sense. Likewise, he's now the master of debate.
Yes, the master of debate. Indeed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like Crichton, wasn't it, for a dwarf? He's literally reading off subsections and.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, section 56453 of chapter 144. Like, what, really?
The Chinese delegation is only allowed 1 car parking space.
I'm running for my life, and I'm like, got these scavengers or whoever be, or the authority after me. But it doesn't matter. I've got time to read these vast volumes. Can you see them in my getaway vessel? Look at my librbrary.
Just in case.
He's learned all this stuff while he's been at the academy, even though we don't know how long has passed at the academy. We're in the whole semester or whatever.
Come on,
he's so been a modern student. Why would he have? He's rebelled.
Yes.
His main reason is to look for his mum. He hasn't done that. So
yes.
Has he been looking for his mum? Or has he been studying?
Oh no, he's been studying.
It's Michael Burnham Part 2. It's that simple.
So like, yeah, I'm the master debater, and I'll set the Klingon non-Klingon right. You know, I'll make sure he's in a good standing and he can deliver correctly. Oh, it's just such a load of poo. It's contrived nonsense. Now, Dangerman, what I agreed with is I understand that it was probably more akin to Star Trek of old in terms of the tone. I do get that. But in terms of how it's so contrived, so lazy, so convenient, is the thing that annoys the hell out of me. So you've got that. You just knew that Klingon, not Klingon, was going to save the day at the end. How contrived was all that? That he's able to say, we will solve it from a Klingon perspective. To be honest, you've got...
How did nobody else?
Right. Well, you've got
know what I mean?
Footwoman. You've got Footwoman, who's had an affair with the old warrior Klingon with the white. He looks pretty cool, to be fair. But you got this. They seem to have had some romantic something going on, intervention or relationships in the past. Now they were obviously close. They had that even in that one encounter they had, where they're chucking things at the fireplace, and she obviously wants him to stay, and he's like, "Nah, you're right. I've seen your feet. I'm not going down there anymore." You know, that maybe 30 years ago, possibly, but not now. And they could have come to that compromise. They could have said, "Well, let's just act as if we're going to try and take the planet by force, and you don't let us, and then we win, and that's it. Job done." It makes absolutely zero sense that they can't think of that themselves, let alone anyone else.
The answers every single time. It's like if a Nog solved every single problem on Deep Space Nine.
Exactly. Well, this is no different to Discovery, where Space Cheese just knows everything, and she's even better than Q. She's better than all of us, isn't she? So
she's Kirk, McCoy, Spock, and Scotty all rolled into one.
Yes, exactly. But now it's the kids' turn. Now it's the kids that will be the saviors. They'll save the day and all the rest of it. And I just thought the ending, it's so predictable. I just knew this was going to happen. You just know it's going to happen. And then the other thing that they had to do, didn't they? They have to still revert to OG Trek and ruin it. They refer to Admiral Sati, is it? And they reference the Drumhead episode, and they massacre his quote. They don't even get his quote right.
And then 2 lines later, after saying, the first speech censured, the first thought forbidden. Yeah. Like the next line, the doctor says you have to earn that right.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense. Speech right. They miss that whole part. How are the writers that stupid? Well, they don't answer that. Don't answer that question. We already know what the answer to that is. But they miss out.
It's average hour, isn't it? We know that.
But it's the most simplest thing. It's not rocket science. One of these guys can just watch that episode, dictate it, stick it on the script, and say, right, Robert Picardo, just read that. That's simple. It takes 3 seconds, no more than 30 seconds, and they don't even get that right.
It's like they did it with YouTube captions.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So you're just like, oh, all right, okay.
They've got we need to have this child get the comm badge so they can get out. How's the child going to get to the comm badge? Okay. They're going to drop the teddy bear during the trial so that Ake has to go get the teddy bear. Okay. So that means we need to have him there at the trial while his mother's being tried. Yeah.
Which, I'm sorry, would never happen in the Federation.
You don't think that's stupid? No, but we need him to get the comm badge.
Yeah.
And you can't think of another way for him to get the No. Or you can't think of another way for him to escape. No.
But on another level, he needed to get the comm badge, and the comm badge somehow unlocks everything without a biometric signature. What the frackety fuck is that all about?
The sandstorm, when you've got security like
exactly. I mean,
I can take the shields down on the ship. We're getting attacked. Yeah, but I've got my comm badge. Look.
Yeah, I've got a comm badge. I mean, at the end of the day, even if you can bypass all that and think, all right, we'll accept all of that nonsense. This is a very hostile-looking planet. There's like Sam, and he's 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah,
it's all right. He'll survive. He'll survive. It's fine.
Oh,
come on. So
we can't scan for him. We can't beam him back or anything. He's gone.
It's so bad. Dangerman, I totally agree with you. The tone was different. The tone was more akin to old Star Trek, but I'm sorry, 3.5 out of 10 at best. And I'm being generous here. I'm actually being generous. I think
I mean,
I don't think there's any hope at all for this show.
Just quickly, what would you give episodes 1, 2, and 3?
Shall I give them a rating?
Yeah.
1 out of 10 for 1, 1 out of 10 for 2, and 3 is unscorable. And 3.5 out of 10 for this one. Oh, I forgot to add, they have a mock fight at the end, a mock fight. I mean, so there's no point in even having a fight then.
No.
You declare war, it's your planet, yeah, well, you can have it. What's the point getting a horde of ships out there and having a mock fight? That's not the Klingon way. They'll think, what is this nonsense? At least do a little bit of damage.
I mean, the Klingons would be insulted, surely.
It's an insult.
Like, you are insulting our honour.
It's an insult.
By doing this.
Oh my God.
Absolutely one. They've been cucked. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
They don't live in Cooknos, they live in Cucknos.
But
Cucknos.
It was
no.
a mispronunciation. What's all that about?
right,
Yeah.
I've had a comment war on one of my videos. I haven't gotten involved in it, right? So I made a point in my video because they pronounce Kalis as Kalesh and Kronos as Kronesh. I thought they were standing in solidarity with Holly Dencher's Hunter, but according to apparently the guy who wrote Klingon or whatever it is, it's correct pronunciation. Okay, so this argument was, oh well, they care enough to actually stick to the correct vocabulary and the correct pronunciation of things as per the original intention. It's like, yes, but you've got 50, at least 50 years of Star Trek history where they called it Kronos and K-less.
So I think like Kronos is kind of like almost like an English version. So it's like when you get a Japanese word.
Yes.
Japanese at the moment. And you've got a lot of Japanese words that are basically just a Japanese version of an English word.
Yeah.
You know, because they don't have a Japanese word for it. So they just took the English version and, made it Japanese. So I've heard Kronos as Kutnos.
Yeah.
That's how the Klingons, Kutnos. Some of the other, other iterations of Star Trek, but I've never heard it with a sh on the end of it. And honestly, I don't think I've ever heard anyone with the
not
on the end of it.
They did it in Discovery, okay, but that's new Trek. So it doesn't count. That's not what we're saying. We're saying it in.
And even Michael Dorn says this in the audio tape because I used to have it. One of the side effects of speaking Klingon is you spit.
Yeah.
If you've got this kind of language where you're expelling these harsh consonants, you sure as hell don't put a on the end.
No.
Otherwise, you're going to end up dribbling everybody.
That's fireman territory. That is.
Yeah. I mean, it was always very very curt, very cut off consonants.
Yeah. Yeah.
In speech, they never had the sh in it.
No.
So, it's a bit weird.
Yeah, and the thing it is, using the correct pronunciation. Fine, fair enough. But 50 years of Star Trek history, we didn't have that. So why you're just alienating yourselves further from the thing?
And I mean, like Mark, I think it's Mark Okrand who did the Klingon dictionary, and Jaden sure as hell doesn't mean what Jaden says it does.
No.
So basically, Starfleet Academy is full of shit.
Well, yes.
You guys, sorry, go on.
Mark, I was just going to say, Guna, you amongst other people, I don't want people to misunderstand the review because I feel that people have. We were talking about this earlier. I am not. I did not like this episode, and I am not saying. I want to clarify again for everybody out there. I didn't like this episode. It was still shit. What I said, and I believe I was very clear, but apparently, according to people in the comments, I wasn't too clear. I said that this has potential to go in the right direction, and if they keep setting this tone, and they get better writing, they are starting to set a course for what Star Trek actually is. They're starting to maybe understand it a little bit better. But the episode was still horseshit. It was incredibly contrived throughout the entire thing.
It's still well below even the average episode of Star Trek Next Generation.
Yeah.
Well below it.
Yeah.
You know? There have been a few Star Trekky moments in each of these episodes, but they've been so few and far between. The way I liken to it, it's like digging for a gold nugget in a pile of shit.
Yes.
You know, you get a line here or a conversation here that will just remind you of Star Trek just for a moment, and then it's gone, and we're back to bro dude. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, darn.
That makes it even more tragic in some ways.
How does a Romulan, 1,000 years in the future, talk like that? And do the finger.
Yeah.
I mean,
this is what I was saying. None of them act like aliens.
No.
She should have some kind of Romulan gesture, Romulan insults, Romulan invective. Why is she saying, dude, he smoked you?
Oh my God. Are we 4 years old?
Exactly.
Spider-Lord, I mean, I really, I think, appreciate the fact that you said that there's things that maybe little Easter eggs or something that kind of relate back to the Star Trek, or to recognize it as Star Trek, although it's not. It's clearly not. It's just got the brand. But you know what? I'm hoping I don't see any of that, because I find it insulting. I just find all of this. I find this all insulting to Star Trek. And Danger Man, I know I wasn't suggesting at all.
Oh no, I know you were, my friend.
I know that I heard what you said on the review, and I completely agree. It's just the tone, and it is going in the right direction. I know that you didn't think much of the episode. And what annoys me about all of this, guys, and in the chat, is 60 years of Star Trek. We should be celebrating this milestone, and this is what we. And guys, this is what we have for 60 years of Star. I would have rather had nothing, and they just re-released maybe all the films on cinema or something like that, or they brought out
Deep Space Nine. I know it costs money.
Anything other than this utter garbage.
I remember. I don't know whether you do.
Film, no nothing. We've got nothing apart from this. This is all we get.
Oh, don't.
Do you know? And this is the thing. You remember, you're both British, so you'll know exactly what the Radio Times is, yeah?
Yes.
TV magazine from back in the day. I remember... funded by BBC. Yeah, so I remember the Star Trek 30th Anniversary Radio Times special edition book. Okay, it was a fucking beautiful book, and I still have it. I love it.
You've got to show us.
And
I've got a feeling I might have it as well, but I've just forgotten about it. But if you get hold of it, you've got to put a picture of it on.
I will stick it in the Discord tomorrow. Yes. Just remind me. Because I've still got it, and it's a beautiful, glossy, it's like a book, and exactly, and it's got all the episodes up until that point. I think it goes to the end of season 2 of Voyager at that point. So obviously no Enterprise or anything. But that was the 30th anniversary. And that book alone was a celebration of Star Trek. And we had, it was peak Star Trek back then. We had, and now we are twice the distance. And what do we have to celebrate 60th anniversary of Star Trek? We have the intro to this fucking show, where they have the nerve to show all the main Star Trek ships from each of the shows, and they can't even animate Voyager properly.
No. It's because they said that Okuda would be. I mean, you think about wonderful things like the Star Trek Encyclopedia. I got both versions because they revised it and added a lot more stuff.
You keep going, guys. I'll be right back.
All of the Star Trek back files. Do you remember those?
Yes, I do.
I've got like all 18 folders, all 264 issues, stupid like that. It goes about halfway through Voyager. Yeah. And that stuff sold because we were so passionate about it. We wanted to know all this stuff. I've got the Next Generation Enterprise D technical manual.
There you go.
We want to know. We were important. It was important to us how this stuff worked. Yeah, beautiful book. Book. I've got the hardback and the softback. I think the
Yeah.
hardback's the revised.
It is, yeah. And it's colour.
And it's and exactly, just wonderful side profiles of all the ships, and it's you know,
Keep
that's what
talking,
we're
I'll
bothered
keep
about.
showing.
We didn't care about the feelings of the characters. We
Exactly.
didn't care who was shagging who.
Yeah.
We weren't shipping people. We were interested in the ships, not the shipping.
Yeah.
Mm.
Chris Gore described it quite well. It was gear porn. We looked at the warp core and we were like, oh wow, yeah, that looks good. We looked at those L cars screens and we were like, that looks futuristic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
L cars.
This
Freaking
cool. This is cool. This is cool stuff. Right? And we looked at all this techno babble that everyone would come up with, and we're like, yeah, this feels like the future.
And you know what?
And now we get.
Yeah, sorry, no, go on. I'll cut you off. Go on.
No. I was more stuck. No, it's cool.
No, we also had. I don't know if you guys ever had it, but my brother used to like getting the nitpickers guide as well. So you'd nitpick. So
Yeah.
all these episodes, and you think, well, hang on, that didn't quite. So you'd find just tiny little. I won't say they're mistakes, but where it didn't quite add up to the rest of the story or whatever it is. It could be something really tiny, or it could be something quite major. But it was just and it was just taken with a pinch of salt. It didn't ruin the episode at all. You'd read it and think, sometimes it was quite funny, and sometimes it was that makes sense. But the point you made is spot on. We wanted to know. Now, if you talk about this new Trek, I've said it to DM, Watch Nerd, Zell. I think when I was on the chat, and Zell was on with Watch Nerd and DM. That I don't even know now, and I don't even want to know. That's the important thing. I don't know the actors' names. I don't even know probably 90% of the character names in any of this new Trek. But of course, Picard's an exception because it's from the next gen.
Yeah.
But if you take any of the others, and to be fair, I actually enjoyed Prodigy, and I've forgotten all the names from there as well. But if you ask me about any old Trek, I still remember it. And I was watching the TOS in the 70s, for goodness sake.
Mm.
But I'll know more about that than I would any new Trek, which I might have watched as early as or as recently as yesterday, because I don't want to know. I'm watching it and it's just gone from my mind. Whereas if you watch a decent episode, yes, if you watch a decent episode of DS9, of Voyager, Enterprise, TNG, whatever it is, and you leave the episode, you walk away. You might even after a day, something might come to your mind. Think, yeah, and they did this, and that made sense. And there might be a message in there. There might have been something which you didn't quite get, and then you kind of piece it together. You're still interested. You're still invested in that episode. I watched this episode for when did it come out? Thursday, yesterday.
Yeah.
Apart from what I regurgitated today as an overview, I couldn't care less, and it's gone from my memory already.
There's so many moments from classic Trek that we watched 30 years ago. Well, nearly 40 years ago now. The Next Generation is coming up to its 40th anniversary next year.
Wow.
How crazy is that?
That's crazy.
That will stay with you forever. Measure of a Man. That will stay with you forever. Chain of Command. That will stay with you
amazing
forever. Best of Both Worlds. That will stay with you forever. I mean it when I say I cannot remember a single episode of New Trek.
Name me a bridge character on Discovery that isn't Michael Burnham or Saru.
Can't.
Called Detmer or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think. And there's the one with the eyepiece.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. It's like generic.
You've got
there.
So yeah,
There
you
was one called Oka Meyer or something. The black lady.
Woka.
They were like,
yeah.
You know who these people are. We better say their names.
I think there was one called Bryce.
Okoye. The black lady, the very, very dark black lady.
I'll tell you who I know.
Owoko.
Space Jesus, Saru, and Stamets. They're the only three I know.
Stamets.
And Lorca.
Lorca, Lorca, of course.
Because he was good. He was actually decent.
Yeah.
I like Saru, actually. I like Saru, actually.
But they ruined him. They ruined him. He was very good, and they ruined him.
Well, they made him simp for Michael Burnham, didn't they?
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. But seriously, not not one standout episode.
No.
Not one. In the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Even Voyager, I still think.
Enterprise, there's episodes I remember of Enterprise, and even that I've only seen once, well, twice in total. Once the time I hated it, and then once the time that I went, oh, you're not so bad, you know? And even that stuck with me more than New Trek.
Of course.
It's utterly forgettable trash content.
Out of the OG Trek, probably Voyager is at the bottom of my pile still, but that doesn't mean it's bad.
No.
I'm just saying, because all the rest are quite high bar for me, personally. And that just happens to be probably at the bottom of the pile. But even episodes, now even Voyager, you think about that. How many years ago is that? That's already coming up to what? Over 30 years, right?
Yeah.
It's 3 decades ago. And I can still sometimes I think about the ethical implications of the episode Tuvix. It still comes to me, and I still think that was. I actually did dislike Janeway a lot for the way she just dismissed Tuvix's life form.
Yeah,
just dismissed it. No, Neelix and Tuvok are more important. See you later. You're off. You're dead.
Yeah,
we're going to do what we're going to do. But you see, that's what I'm talking about. You think about episodes, you talk about them. It's a discussion point, whether within your own mind or with your friends or with your family or whoever else might enjoy Star Trek.
But it was less.
I have never ever spoken about New Trek to anyone. No one. I don't, because I don't.
How much I hate
it. Sorry?
How much I hate it not to watch it.
Yeah, exactly. It's more about the negative. Exactly that.
My dad was like, "Shall I watch Picard?" I was like,
no, not season 1
even last season, honestly, it's really worth it, to be honest. Like, you know, if you're watching it anyway, then I guess you might enjoy it. But I wouldn't tell you to go and seek out season 3 of Picard.
No.
It's still very badly written at the end of the day.
Yeah, the story was rubbish. It was nostalgia more than anything.
It was, yeah. Well, what they done, I thought the character work was very good. I thought the characters good. The actual writing episode to episode was.
Well, I didn't mind Jack Crusher.
Yeah.
I thought Ed Spielers did a fantastic job. I thought it was really good, and some of the dialogue was very sort of poking fun at Kurtzman, and I loved that, you know.
Yeah.
And I thought it had its ray of sunshine, and then it had its dark clouds. Guna, you mentioned Voyager. Now, obviously, on this channel, Voyager. Certainly for me, Voyager was a massive missed opportunity. Yeah. Kind of a bit of a waste and a little bit too safe. But I going back to the character names, I can still name, obviously, all the bridge characters, but I can also name the freaking extras as well.
Yeah.
The people that barely got any lines.
I know.
You know, the one character in the pilot that you never saw again. Rollins, played by Scott McDonald. Truman Rollins.
Yes.
The fantastic Scott McDonald. I've met him. He's bloody lovely. He really is. What a gent. You know, I can tell you all these characters. Why? Because they're impactful.
Yeah, exactly.
They're barely on screen, and you know because you care. You care because you're invested. You're invested because the writers have made it, structured the world, so it's easy for you to just pick it up straight away. Now, I would take 1,000 Thresholds over a lot of New Trek, and Threshold was a lousy episode.
I'd rather watch Shades of Grey in the episode of New Trek, and I mean it.
And that was
at least this clip's a good Trek.
Yeah, that was literally writer's strike. Damn, we've got to come up with something. Let's just reuse old material, you know.
But yeah, I mean, it's fallen so far.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen the videos, and they debate about which franchise has suffered the worst, and they're like, "Oh, it's Doctor Who, it's this, it's that." No, it's Star Trek. I'm sorry, it's Star Trek.
Yeah, it's fallen away. It's fallen away from the how can you say that, the compass of Star Trek. It's not Star Trek for me. It's just fallen on the ways. It's something completely different. It's an abomination. It's an anomaly. You know, Danger Man, you just not mention that even, you know, episodes. Just bringing episodes out and a character that might be there for 1 or 2. I mean, I'll tell you who I liked. Maybe you'll agree or you won't agree. But do you remember the two-parter Descent in Next Gen? I liked Lieutenant Barnaby. I thought he was great when he was part of the Skeleton Crew. I still remember his name, because again, for me, that character was impactful. And I was thinking, I hope he comes back, as a cameo here and there, but he didn't. But I thought he was great.
And the interaction between him and that other character called Tate. We don't know her other name. It's just Tate. Okay.
Tate.
And to be fair, I could probably look it up in the encyclopedia and it'll be in there. And again, the banter between those two, the exchange between those two, and those are two background characters.
Right.
But never anything but professional. Never anything but professional.
Exactly.
Staff.
Yes. Can I just say one thing? Sorry, I keep interrupting, but just this one thing. So bringing up those two characters. So all we've had, as far as I can say, from episodes 1 to 4 of this, is one-upmanship. I'm better than you. No, I'm better than you. No, it's like a school playground. That's what all of this has been. Even this episode 4, it's I'm a better debater than you are. You can't look at you. You're sweating through your prosthetics. You're rubbish. No, it's all this rubbish. Now take Tate and Barnaby. They were having this kind of but they did it in such a classy way, and they were full of respect for each other. As in the end, whatever the result was, but it was done with class. And like DM said, just background characters. That's the difference for me. That's the difference.
Well, I mean, that's the used to have ensemble shows, and you knew those characters so well that you could focus on those other characters. In Discovery, it is the Michael Burnham show. Sometimes you get a bit of Stamets or Kolb or whatever the bloody name is. Nobody else gets a look in. Like literally, because Burnham can do everything. You don't need a Kirk or a Spock or a McCoy. You don't need any of the moral centers or anything like that. No. And the dynamic that Spock and McCoy offered, where they're literally the two beaming an angel on Kirk's shoulders.
That's it.
Such a clever idea. You don't need any of that because Michael Burnham can do everything. So who cares?
To be honest, she only didn't need the crew.
Being in the show.
It could have just been her and
she could have saved the Federation. Well, she did save the Federation on her own. What we're talking about?
Oh God, please!
It's one of the worst characters ever. And the thing I hated, and this is the real tragedy of Star Trek, is the division of the fan base. Because the left has gone so mental, you cannot make a criticism against Discovery, regardless of whether it's against character, story, the fact that you can't see 7 fucking signals in space at the same
simultaneously
time across light years without being called racist.
Totally agree. I've said to DM so many times, sometimes I go on these Facebook groups, you say even the softest criticism, oh my God, you obviously got a problem with this and you got a problem with that, and and what kind of person are you and how dare you? I'm like, oh seriously, are you for real?
This is how I knew we were still in trouble, because Strange New Worlds came out and it was like, ooh, this is optimistic, this is like, ooh, and I knew we were in trouble really quickly. And I'll tell you how I knew we were in trouble really quickly. First episode, they go to this planet that has developed warp technology, and it shouldn't have. It's got like this warp engine. You're like, oh Christ, this shouldn't be here. We're going to have to go down there and disguise ourselves and that kind of bollocks. And then they show footage from the January 6th riots, because of course they do. And they're like, we've reverse engineered this technology. And like, oh, how did you reverse engineer technology? We reverse engineered technology because we saw the Discovery jump into the future.
That's
we saw
right.
that through a technology telescope. We reverse engineered that technology. That happened 6 months ago. So, even if that happened half a light year away, you have reverse engineered it in the space of a day.
And it would take half a year for the light to get there.
That's what light,
It's half a light year away. You've seen it the day before the Enterprise arrives, because it's been 6 months.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, but
Why
that's...
am I writing this show for you?
Oh God. I'll tell you something.
I thought about for ages, and I was just like,
Oh, Oh, it's they have no sense of distance whatsoever. They think,
that is a conceit of modern writing that has been a thing for so long, and they don't know how to make anything about the journey.
yeah,
In previous Star Trek, you'd always be like, we have a certain amount of time to get somewhere.
yeah,
And it'd either cut and it'd be days later, or it would show you stuff going on throughout the journey.
Correct.
Now, ships just teleport.
Well, that's
Wherever
what
they
you
need
were,
to be, they need to be there.
that's what DM alluded to last week, wasn't it? About, or was it the week before? About Bajor and
Yeah.
you know, the Bajor. You're there 12 hours away, but all of a sudden none of that makes sense.
yeah.
Because they just got no concept of distance or geography.
Well,
or
this
maps.
is something Enterprise did very well, because they spend 3 episodes trying to get to Risa, but they keep getting sidetracked.
And also, it had a direction. So with Enterprise, you've got this, we're getting further and further and further away from Earth.
Yeah.
Whereas with modern Star Trek, you need to get to Earth. Yeah, all right, we're there.
Yeah. And that's the thing. We mentioned earlier about the Xindi arc and Enterprise. What Enterprise did very well. Okay, it didn't spend episodes trying to get to the Expanse. They cut it, but it was they were traveling for months to get back, and what they did is they wrote in the fact that Earth was actually. They didn't witness the immediate aftermath. They did. It's not like they were going, oh, okay, we need to get home. There's been an attack, and they're there the next day. It took them a month, at least a month, at high warp to get home.
Yeah.
And they'd just be getting news updates to say, okay, over 1 million people have been killed. Okay, it's been up to 3 million.
Great way to do the impotency of not being able to do anything but hearing about it.
Yeah, exactly. We're charging home. You've got people who have lost loved ones. You've got families that have been affected. Everyone on that ship is affected. They're feeling like they can't do anything. The only communication, so far as we know, with the official communication with Earth, has been through Captain Archer and Admiral Forrest. That's it. And the captain's updating the crew as they go. And he even says in the narration, it's taken us a month to get home, or whatever, however long it is. It's been a difficult journey. We've now learned over 7 million people were killed. And they approach Earth, and there's this swath cut in it. And they're standing there looking at the screen. Trips realised his sister's most likely gone.
It's about impact. There's no impact in not modern Trek.
No.
I mean, look at the battle with Velen Wrath, or whatever they're called. Nobody died. Really? Really?
No.
Like, a Klingon Jem'Hadar hybrid was almost killed.
With the questionable stain.
Really?
Just take him off. Don't Spider, please. Just start again. Don't. You know what? Talking about impact, even another example, which is not as long a duration, but it still made absolute sense, was the Battle of Wolf 359. The Enterprise could not get there in time. Yeah. They got there to a complete sea of destruction. And they then panned onto the crew's faces, and they're like absolutely distort. They're talking about some of the ships that have been destroyed.
And one of them,
and Admiral Hansen being on one of them. So this is where, at least then you're not insulting the viewer. The viewer then can take from that God, that really makes sense. But also, more importantly, it impacts you as a viewer too, right? You're feeling what the characters are feeling. This is like, oh yeah, we're about 50 years away, but that's all right. All right, we'll forget it. The writers will just write in. We'll be there tomorrow. It's cool. It's ridiculous.
And it's always the problem. The other problem with the new Trek is you always get these manipulative musical motifs that show you how to feel.
Yeah.
So,
musical cues.
In the bit with the Betazoids, when like he's putting a final presentation, we'll build the Federation base on HQ on Beta Z, and then the music starts going, and doing sad bits. It's like, feel sad.
Yeah.
And then I compared that to Family.
Oh, don't! What a episode!
Where Picard breaks down,
Mm-hmm.
and there is a little bit of music, but it's so low in the background, and it's letting Patrick Stewart carry the whole thing as he reveals his guilt that he couldn't stop the Borg, and that he felt he should have been stronger. Yeah. Now that's impact.
Yeah.
That's impact.
They allow
a stupid debate speech with swelling music to try and get me to feel something doesn't matter. It might work on some people. Maybe people are used to TikTok or some bollocks, but it doesn't work on me.
I think that's the problem. It's because of this all this new age.
It's slow attention span.
To that. I mean, DM, I think we were talking about impact of the final scenes in the episodes. And if you think about old Trek, sometimes you didn't even need words, which is what Otoy captured so well.
Oh, beautiful.
Again, if you think back to The Best of Both Worlds, Part 2, think about the end scene where he's about to drink his tea and he just stops.
Yeah.
And you just see him through the window, and that's it. He's just and then he looks up, and you feel just his movement of his head, just his slight head, stopping himself from taking that sip of tea. It tells you everything that he's feeling. That, my God, what have I done? What was I involved in? And that was without words. We don't. We don't.
I mean,
good
actors. Good actors can do that.
Yeah.
And I don't.
But it's the writing as well, Lord. It's the writing and the direction as well. And we don't have that anymore.
It's allowing moments to breathe.
Exactly.
And we get quite a lot of it in the next one.
Yeah.
You get a lot of quiet moments where it gives the audience time to think. Now, like I said, Star Trek used to encourage you to think. It now tells you what to think. It tells you what to think through various ways. It tells you what to think by the character's actions, the character's attitudes, any dialogue that's taking place that's forcing you to feel a certain way, but also the manipulation of music. This is sad music. This is dramatic music. This is, action music, so on and so forth. And Star Trek was never afraid to give you a moment to allow you to think about the ramifications of what you had seen on screen.
Well, this is the thing.
Now it is.
This is the thing. I've said before. Hello, Maro Botter in the chat, sir. Hi, UK Day. I'm joining now. I hope you're all well. By the way, my car did break down for real. £3,000 for repairs. Alternator gone. Ouch. Maro, my friend, you remain to this day a legend on this channel. So thank you for being here. I hope everything works out with that, my friend. It's interesting because they won't let an episode breathe even for a split second. So every scene has got a musical score to it, everything. And it's like constant emotional manipulation to cover for bad writing. And but yeah, you're right, they won't ever let a scene breathe. Now, Star Trek, we've had many examples of this before. Star Trek has quiet moments. Now, a lot of good television will do this, and as I mentioned this before, the episode of Buffy where, spoiler alert, someone passes away. There's an entire episode with no musical score whatsoever, not even beginning, opening credits, or end credits. There's nothing.
I love that.
It was an absolutely stunning episode, and it let the actors do what they were doing best, and it was an uncomfortable episode. And even Joss Whedon said, I didn't want to let the audience breathe. I didn't want to let them feel any relief. This is loss. This is trauma. This is grief. This is what it feels like, and it puts it across. And Star Trek does that so very well. The scene in Pegasus, for example, the Pegasus, where Picard he's bringing in a man to his office who he has trusted for 7 years, and he's saying, something isn't adding up here. You are not being honest. I want the truth from you. And throughout that entire scene, aside from the stinger at the end, you are made to feel as uncomfortable as Riker is feeling. You are feeling that tension in that room. You are thinking these are two people that trust each other. Picard is feeling disappointment in what Riker's, that Riker's hiding something. That's brilliant writing.
Oh, superb.
But it's also, it's brilliant direction. It's brilliant set design. You lower the lighting, it feels more sinister. Entertainment as it is, and Star Trek, it's an art. It's an art of conveying something and making someone remotely feel for the character that you have written, the story that you are presenting. You are trying to get someone remotely to feel something. You cannot do that
vicariously, don't you?
Exactly. You cannot achieve that by musical score alone. That's just called music. And when the tone of the music doesn't match what you're seeing, and it's like Discovery did this with Burnham. So every time she cried, it was just sad music. And I don't know whether you remember the fake out death scene with Saru. It went on.
Like I said, I can't remember any of New Trek.
Don't remember it.
But it went on for what seemed like hours. This death scene between them, and it reminded me of the Matrix Revolutions with Trinity and Neo. It was like, will you just shut the fuck up and die already so the movie can continue? Come on.
I'll tell you who else did that, which really annoyed me, was Elijah Wood when he was playing Frodo in Lord of the Rings. When he gets speared by the orc, not the troll, sorry, the troll.
Oh, the cave troll, yeah.
And it's like, he's doing the same thing as it.
The fake out, yeah.
Not dead. You don't. To me, it just cried or stunk of overreacting. Just overacting the death scene, or supposed.
It's more impactful if you just, without a single word or a single look, just go.
Just to reference Pegasus again, and that scene between Riker and Picard. I mean, from the character's point of view and what you feel as a viewer, it just goes to show. I mean, I was literally on the edge of my seat because, like you said, it's a friendship for so many years. The trust is almost unbreakable, really, between them. And yet here we stand on a knife edge that it could all collapse in a moment. And you can relate that to real life. That's the thing. You can relate to the characters, but you can also take from it that you might have even experienced that, or will experience that in real life, someone that you're really close to, and it could just break away in an instant. It was fascinating to watch. Yeah. And this is where
without
so many examples of original Trek.
6 seasons.
Sorry, what was that?
You know, if that isn't there, the dynamic you've had over the last six seasons, without that, it means nothing.
Yes. Exactly.
What Riker has been through for Picard, what Picard has been through for Riker, what they mean to each other. You know, you don't have any of that in New Trek. Not as far as I've seen. Maybe
no, you don't. You honestly don't.
And it's not. Pike's just space dad.
Yeah, and it's not like we're getting like, because we just don't like it, it's rubbish. We're not. We truly. I wish there was. Look, this is the 60th year. I'll go back to that. It's the 60th year. I wish I could have some new material to really speak highly about, because it's the 60th anniversary. Sadly, we don't. If I honestly would scrape the barrel almost to find something. And if you ask me any new Trek, if I can, I can't. No, I honestly can't find it.
Yeah, no, I mean, when we say that it's an improvement, we are, there's the shadows of something Trek there. That's all we can say.
Yeah,
it's
like an apparition.
I'm not saying, oh my God, there's people on Facebook going, this is a 10 out of 10 episode.
Oh, it's bullshit.
I'm like,
how though?
What are you talking about?
Be real for yourself. Be real.
That's the brand loyalists. That's the brand loyalists.
Which is the ardent defender. That's the
ardent defenders. Yeah. Oh, it's Star Trek. I must like Star Trek because it's their Star Trek.
There cannot be bad Star Trek. That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
There cannot be bad Star Trek. I'm sorry. There can be bad Star Trek. We've had it many times.
Yeah.
And we are a nadir here. This is, apart from Section 31, which I will still say is worse, but that's just because it was just on every single metric. Section 31 was just a waste of time.
Yeah.
Starfleet Academy is the worst show we have had. I haven't seen Prodigy, but I'm confident that it's better than this.
Prodigy
I would
is.
give it a go.
yeah.
I would give it a go.
Yeah,
It-
I will
think-
check it out. As I said, I think what I'll do is after every episode of Starfleet Academy, I will watch Prodigy and see how many
right, that's a good
many
idea.
episodes it takes me to feel better. Maybe that's how I'll judge Starfleet Academy from now on, rather than doing impacts on the
I will
Enterprise.
say right from the off that the first few it is probably what it was supposed to be right from the onset, which was more aimed at kids. But then it suddenly grows. You know what I like? It's a like for like with the Orville. Weirdly enough, I know two different things, but if you think about it, Prodigy was aimed, and it probably still is. Their core audience was children or kids, right? But then it grew into something which I thought OG or people that really truly understood Star Trek could appreciate and understand, and it kind of evolved for me. Very much like the Orville, started off as a parody and then actually grew into a very serious and a very good Star Trek show.
Very good, yeah. I mean, the Orville did, didn't it? The first season, there was a lot of that Family Guy humour, almost toilet humour. You had the dynamics between the characters. It's still better than what we were being served up. I love the Orville unreservedly, and I mean that. And I would love to get a fourth season, but I don't think it's happening.
I know.
But it was like mid-season 2 or about a third of the way into season 2, it went, right, this is a serious sci-fi show now.
It was.
Holy shit.
Brilliant, wasn't it?
The gear change was just incredible. And it is every single belief, hope, and concept that Gene Roddenberry had is now carried by the Orville.
Orville, thank you. Exactly.
Every single one.
Well said. That's exactly it. Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to the episode with O'Brien needing to confront his old captain, the Wounded, I think it's called, or something like that. And that's Bob Gunton.
Maxwell.
Sorry, Benjamin Maxwell. Yeah, the Captain Ben Maxwell. Yeah, played by the ever brilliant Bob Gunton. I have to admit, Discord chat going absolutely nuts. By the way, that's what those little sounds are.
Okay.
Yeah. That episode had absolutely fantastic moments. And it's a really good example of great dialogue and great acting. And again,
I put my favourite in there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's that when he's speaking to his captain, that is so good.
But when
I love the scene he has with the Cardassian, when the Cardassian like canar, and try and make friends, and Brian doesn't want any of it.
It's not you I hate, it's what you made me do. It's what I became because of you.
It's not you I hate, Cardassian. I hate what I became
because of you. Yeah, exactly. And not only that, but the exchange between Maxwell and Picard. Again, scoreless. Absolutely scoreless.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
100% scoreless.
No swells, nothing to indicate how you're meant to be feeling. How you feel about that is up to you.
Yeah,
exactly.
I can't say enough. Star Trek, another way to put it, and another way to explain how unfortunately madly left it's become. So it used to be in the centre. Starfleet was a very disciplined and rigid organisation, and that's authoritarian, that's the right wing. And then its beliefs and the concepts of humanity were on the left, so it balanced itself out.
Yes.
But what we have now, so Star Trek always used to present you the future. It always used to present you the future. This is the future. You can believe this is the future. Okay. What Star Trek does now is it takes the future, brings it all the way back here, and then puts modern day into it.
Correct. That's it.
That is the core difference between real Star Trek and new Star Trek. And that's why Star Trek now doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
That's just I'll have you know, I did not write any. Oh no, it's AI, not Al. Sorry. Okay, yeah. I would write better Star Trek movies. I'm telling you that right now. That's the difference. Is all they can do is they can only see that they're blinking world around. So what they do is they bring the future and they make that fit now. They have no interest in the future whatsoever.
No,
and it's tragic.
And it is because the inspiration that we got from when we were younger, the feelings that Star Trek gave us when we were younger, the curiosity, the need for exploration, the wonder of space and everything around it. And with this episode, it did have a fairly nice intro to it when she's recording her log on the bridge with nobody
alone on the bridge with no crew,
and she's recording it, and there is a sort of different attitude there. So it already sets
it made
that
an effort. It made it, I mean,
it
even
did.
her recording a log is making an effort to be.
And she was she sat like a human being for most of the episode, which was nice to see. But there was a sense of wonder about it. And don't get me wrong, these shows CGI, they really blow the budget on the CGI and the sets, but it all comes out really
What do you
sterile.
think about the filter in the flashbacks? Wasn't that obnoxious? You've got like this kind of grainy sepia filter in all the flashbacks. I was like,
yeah, it looked like something out of Red Dead Redemption.
How stupid do you think the audience is? Seriously?
Yeah.
It's like, that's literally Jada. We can see it's not the Academy. We can probably extrapolate that this is a flashback without you using Drano Filter 5000.
And then jump what I call Fritz cuts. So it's literally
oh gosh, so much of it.
Yes.
Like the color filter would go all crazy because you can't show lens flare. So you just flood the camera instead. Very obnoxious.
It's like hyperstimulation. So it is for the and again, not to sound off, because I've got kids that have these conditions, but it's like the ADHD era of Star Trek. So everything's got to be.
It's for the two screen. It's for the two screen era. So the thing is, you're looking at the screen, and he goes, "Oh, there's a tachyon alert," and you go, and it's on the screen just in case you've missed it.
Yeah, exactly. I made that point in my memes video. I don't know whether you saw that, Gutner, where it's just like I put Sigourney Weaver going, I'm doing it. I'm repeating the damn computer. Because it's very much like that. It's very much a case of tachyon's detected, you got to have it on the screen. Oh no, the shield's dropping 10%, and then it shows the 10%, and then 8%, and then it shows the 8%, and it's like, oh, I'm detecting some strange readings, and it might as well say strange readings.
Readings.
It's for the low attention span audience.
It is.
And I used to, in my early reviews, I don't understand what has happened to warp effects, but I call it epileptic warp. Okay, because it's gonna, every time a ship goes into warp, half the audience is starting to seize. And no, everybody, don't cancel me. I can say that because I'm a former epileptic. Thank you very much. But it genuinely, it does affect me. Well, it's like this sickening strobe effect. It's horrible. What happened to the graceful passing of a starship at warp that was peaceful and serene? Why is it going to be so frigging sensory overload?
Because it's overcompensating for the fact there's nothing underneath.
Correct.
Exactly. There's no substance. It's all style.
Unbelievable.
Absolute joke. Guys, I'm gonna call 10 minutes to the end of the stream. So 10 minutes last orders is being called in 10 forward. I'd love to go on. I genuinely would. But to be fair, my voice is starting to strain, so
No, that's fine. And I apologise because I always make streams last too long.
Mate.
It's like I'll be on Northern English Bastards film. It's like, right, this film's only an hour and a half, this will be fine. 3 hours later.
Mate, we once did a 5-hour 10 forward.
Nice.
So yeah, believe me, I would keep talking all night.
No, you save your voice.
I've got to let it rest and recuperate. It's been a tough week. I have been ill. I am going to address the chat. So everybody get your final chats in for the stream. I want to say a big thank you to anybody who has come into the stream and is new to the channel. And if you haven't already hit that like button, do me a favor, smash the hell out of that like button. Let's get the likes up, please. If you've enjoyed this stream, it's certainly been one of the more livelier streams that I've done. So thank you very much. Stop
Sorry.
George, thank you. Annoying Critic, thank you. Maro Botter, it's always a pleasure to have you here, sir. Alia, Riker James, Stephen Bromby, all the usual characters. Maro Botter, you should not have done that. You have a car to pay for, sir. A $30 super chat. Family size Ricola pack.
Oh,
UKDM. Ricola.
Do they even sell those anymore?
I don't know. My friend, you shouldn't have done that, but thank you so much. You've got a car to pay for. You are a legend, sir. Thank you so much.
I find the is it Jakesons or something? Lozenges? They're like
Oh, Jakemans.
Jakemans, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're back on your feet, no problem.
Sir, you are a legend. A good place. A wonderful top gent. I love my community
as well. I think was there,
and that's what it's about. As I say, it's about building a community who appreciate what you do, and that means more to me than going on open bars. Nice to try and see if I can compete with the heavyweights.
Yeah,
because they are the heavyweights.
Oh, they are.
And see if I can hold my own and put across points and not be pushed down and give a good account of myself. But it means nothing if you don't have a community. It really
exactly. I must admit there was a hint of jealousy when he said, "Oh, I'm going on open bar." I'm like, "Holy crap!" And I was immensely happy for you. It was more like admiration type of jealousy. I was really rooting for you, mate. It was and you did great. You did great. I don't care what the comments said.
Yeah, I mean, they said don't look at the comments.
Yeah,
it'll piss you off.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I had a few people who decided to come onto my channel and leave comments.
That's a problem. Yeah,
a little bit over the top, but hey, man, I only know how to be me. It's that simple. And I love Trek, and I hate what's happened to it, and I will talk about that. And I'm sorry if you don't like it. And
and to be perfectly honest with you, mate,
maybe I'm not for you. As simple as that.
Yeah. I don't know about you, Gunnar, but I love this guy.
Yes,
love to have him on. I love to have you on again. And we're going to be in the Discord voice chat at several different times. We randomly appear in there. So if you're ever free and you want to chat, come on in. And that goes for everybody out there as well. If you aren't part of the Discord community, the UKDM Discord community, then hit the link in the description. It is down there. And join the Discord. It's free.
It's cathartic as well. It's so cathartic because it's a vent about old crap Trek, but you get to remember good Trek.
Yeah.
And that's
I still can't get what you said. Yeah, what was it? And I've got to do the. I don't know if I should. Yeah, I'll swear. Sorry, I'll swear for once. You said, "Oh yeah," and then after this, I've only got to do. What did you call it? Strange new bastard. It's just the way you delivered it. I'm like, I wasn't fixed the way because you were so upset about this. You were so upset about doing this even. And guess what? I've got to look forward to that strange new bastard.
It is a chore, though, isn't it? It's a chore.
It really is.
Oh, brilliant!
I never thought there would be Star Trek that I couldn't watch. I never envisioned that being a thing.
It was never on the cards, was it?
No.
Stephen Bromby, yes, there is a link down in the description, right at the bottom to Critical's channels. Channel.
Gentlemen, thank you.
So, as far as I'm aware, if it's not there, my friend, do you want to just plug your channel, Al?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's on there as Critical Reviews 595.
That's right. Reason. Yeah. I did link it, but just double check it's there.
That. It is a pain in the arse to find, and the reason it's a pain in the arse to find is because of the Critical Drinker. But my logo is made up of letters from different movies.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's do this. Hang on.
You're putting music to your scene, sir. Are you trying to emotionally manipulate
us? I'm trying to emotionally manipulate you. Exactly.
Yeah. Very good. Very clever. I like it.
There we go. Right. Can we get this off here?
Wow.
Good Lord.
He's on the battle bridge, sir.
This looks like a direction from the new Trek, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does a bit.
Which was that episode in Strange New Bastard Worlds where they did that weird camera angles?
Oh my
Remember
god,
that
yeah,
one?
that was the what is Starfleet? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh god.
Of course, it's backwards. Why is it backwards?
It's forwards on the screen, mate. It's fine.
No, it's forwards. It is
Yeah.
forwards.
You're fine. Critic, yeah. They found it. They found it. Yeah, that's right.
Magnificent.
And
do for now,
subbed.
then.
So you got an extra
Turn off
sub
the
there.
camera. There you go, because otherwise that's going to get crazy.
Yeah.
I'll put that back later. There's
Yeah.
probably an easier way to do that, but never mind.
it's
Thank you very much. It's been an absolute joy. I love talking Trek, man. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Marobota's super chat ride its way out because he's earned it. Bless him. He's such a lovely guy, is Malro.
He is. Brilliant.
But yes, I'm gonna do some plugging now. I plugged Al's channel, so please. Brando64, thanks for the stream, guys. 61-year-old Australian bloke, enjoyed it a lot, mate. That is fantastic. That's great to know. Thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. We're here every Friday, literally every Friday. So in my community, I have a lot of wonderful people. I have Reaver of Jill Sandwiches. He is a true gentleman. I have Clayton Rumley. He is an author. I have Zell. He is a music artist. He's got his own band page. The link is in the description to his Facebook band page. It's called Cold Harbour. He's a lovely, lovely guy, very funny. Gooner, he's got his own channel. It's a gaming channel where he streams games. Gooner's streams are immensely entertaining, especially when he swears, because he's getting so frustrated he's dying all the time. So that's really awesome. And there's a lot more links. I think we've got the Games Librarian. He's a great game streamer as well. Lovely, lovely guys. If you're not part of the Discord, please come into the Discord server. It's free. The link is in the description. You just click that, download Discord, get an account, and you're in. That's it. It's all you need to do. And we're all in there. We've got some great different variety of channels, meme channels, Resident Evil discussion, because I love me a bit of Resident Evil.
I'm looking forward to number 9, man.
I'm looking forward to number 9 a little bit more than I was before, sir. Because they've actually shown us some decent amount of context within the gameplay and all of that. You and I think are going to have some Resident Evil conversations. Gooner's going to play Resident Evil soon. He's promised me he will. So
have you not played any of them before?
Never played them. I'm one of these strange gamers.
From?
I've never played Resident Evil. I've never played any GTA. What's the other famous game that I probably never played? Call of Duty. No, I've never played any of those.
I kind of get that, but I mean, Resident Evil, you really should experience.
Yeah, I will.
I would say, get the original trilogy on the PlayStation 5, mate, and give them a go. I'd love to see you play them.
The remake of 2 was very, very good.
It was. I agree. It was very good. I'm kind of a sucker for the old games though. And I wish they had redone it like Resident Evil 1 remake.
Right, yeah. They did that rather than remake, just a brush up and put a few extra bits in it. Yeah.
I wish they'd have done...
that remake when that came out on the GameCube.
The GameCube, yeah. Still got it.
Man, that was mind-blowing.
Beautiful.
Mind-blowing. Yeah.
So I would recommend... I mean, if you're going to play one, Gooner, I'd play Resident Evil HD Remaster.
Okay.
The original one. Yeah.
Do me a favour, send me that on WhatsApp, which one that is.
Of course, yeah. I'll send you that on WhatsApp.
Okay.
And everybody who has contributed to the chat, all the super chats that have come through, warm my heart every time. They are not expected, but they are always welcome, and I'm always grateful for any support that you show the channel. So thank you very much for that. All of you in the chat, you've been absolutely brilliant. Brando, Saturday morning for me, UKDM. Well, we're about 5-10 minutes away from Saturday morning here as well.
It's pretty late.
It's pretty late.
It's been an absolute blast. Really, really good.
Genuinely, Al, it's been great to speak to you. Guna, as always, it's been an
Oh,
absolute
mate,
pleasure.
it's a pleasure. Spider, lovely to meet you, and I love the story about your name. That's amazing. Great to meet you, sir. And DM, as always, it's I will always say it, and I don't care if it's a repetitive thing, but it's always an honour and a blessing to be here. So thank you.
I really appreciate
Thanks
your
for the
time,
invite,
guys.
man. It's really good.
Anytime, my friend, anytime, you're always welcome on this channel. So everybody, big up for Al and Guna. And I've been UKDM. I've been the Danger Man. Tonight I've been a Danger Man with practically no voice, but hopefully you've enjoyed the stream anyway. You look after yourselves out there, you look after one another. I will see you in the next video and the next live stream. Take care, everybody. Ta-ta for now.